Are we live? Just gonna wait to see if this is working or not. Does it pop up? Nope, it is broken. Wonderful. Alrighty, hello once again, me of the future, the void to which I cast this, and any ladies or gentlemen watching. I am once again providing my opinions on a topic I am not an expert in, that no one has asked me to, because I like the character designs in this game a lot. This time I noticed it was a bit hard to see the character skins for anyone else watching. Not for me, obviously. So this time I've got them displayed here. And I'm going to kick us off right nice and easy with Bagpipe. Bagpipe absolutely starting off strong. Not gonna lie, while I was setting this up, I did get a bit of a glimpse at a lot of the skins of a lot of Vanguards and supporters, and I expect once again there will be quite a lot of high-ranking characters. And much like everything else, Bagpipe is going to be among those high-ranking. It is a very simple, practical outfit, but E0 absolutely works. The only bit that's not so practical: why are you wearing body armor mainly over your stomach and groin and then leaving your chest exposed? Which I understand is aesthetically pleasing. Likewise, I have no idea what these little pouches over your shoulder are. They would be a massive pain in the ass. You'd want them, if anything, a bit more up here. And then the straps around the shoulder, keeping it nice and tight to stop it jostling around. So overall, this is a very, very solid outfit though. Lovely skirt, lovely color coordination, even the undershirt being red. Oh no. Okay, I thought that was a sports bra of some kind at first. That does seem to be at least slightly armored. It's not going to do a lot, especially since she seems to be wearing a suit undershirt and a red t-shirt underneath. But it's better than nothing, so this is a little bit more practical than I expected. Moving on to her E2. It is effectively the exact same outfit. So no change, no cause for concern there. Just pose slightly better, and yep, that is definitely at least slightly reinforced or armored, or just a very weirdly drawn sports bra. But yeah, she makes up for the lack of a proper belt with that weird pouch over her stomach, which she can clip rounds to. It's a shame we don't get to use her explosive rounds in her lance in-game, because then she'd be even more strong. When it comes to her skins, this is not an outfit a lot of people would be comfortable wearing, for very, very obvious reasons. But it is still a pretty strong outfit. It's well balanced. It would be physically comfortable. It would just be awkward, shall we say, for obvious reasons. Very well put together again. The lightly see-through sleeves, the gloves. It attracts eyes exactly where you want eyes being attracted. Which is a reason a lot of people wouldn't wear it. And contrasted to our other skins, definitely a lot less practical, but still overall an excellent design, excellent outfit. And then comes our third skin, where the only thing really wrong is the weird little thigh gap in the middle, which, yeah, it looks nice, but that would be pretty uncomfortable. You'd want that covered. Especially since she once again seems to be in the snow. Arknights characters love displaying their thighs in the snow, which I'm all for, but when it comes to practicality, it wouldn't necessarily work so. In terms of the rest of the outfit, the color scheme is a little bit more muted, especially since... oh, not muted, that's the wrong word. There are less highlight colors. This is mainly just red and black, with a little bit of silver. In this image specifically, her hair is a lot more red than it usually is. If it was orange, I think this outfit would work a lot better, because then there'd be just a little bit more contrast. As it stands though, yeah, there's a lot of weird straps and weird belts. There is also a lot of practicality. I'm not sure what you'd strap onto these thigh garter belt grabbing things. It looks like that is a slot for a knife. That one's useful. These would be basically useless, because anything you put there is just going to bang against your leg. I have no idea what you'd attach there. But outside of this, all of Bagpipe's outfits are pretty excellently done. You could see someone wearing this. It's relatively comfortable, it's relatively practical, and it looks damn good while it's doing so. So when it comes to the tier list, gonna have to put Bagpipe right at the super sexy style. Oh yeah, this time I Added an extra tier because I looked ahead at how insane a lot of the Vanguards get. And just adding one very high tier, it led to a lot of the basic and cringe, or like a lot of overlap in the basic with lots of very strong operators, not quite awesome, ending up in basic with a lot of people a lot worse than them. So in this case, I've added an extra S tier for reasons that will become obvious soon. So moving straight on, now that we're done with Bagpipe. Beanstalk. It's a solid outfit, but for someone who works with animals, you definitely want your legs covered. Animals, even cats and dogs, or even mice. When you compare that to the ridiculous armored crabs she works with pincers, that are enemies in the game that can carve through your defenders, you probably don't want to go around pantsless in the vicinity of them. Likewise, that crossbow, it's not a super inconvenient crossbow, but there's nowhere really for her to strap it. It doesn't look like there's anything she can holster it on. That outfit is going to be a little bit awkward, especially since her right hand is taken up holding the cage, her left hand taken up by the crossbow. Even just reaching across her belly to grab more arrows for the crossbow will be a bit of a pain, because the cage and the bottles will start banging against each other. So while it looks nice, it's not the most practical of outfits, and it's also not the most stylish of outfits. Like, it's very solid, but her E2 is a little bit nicer because it has better pockets. Instead of being clipped onto her waist, it's clipped onto this little flap she's got covering one half of her thigh and only that half. Still overall, she seems to have taken off her undershirt. She's dropped a few layers of shirts between promotion. But still, overall, because of the kind of stuff she's carrying to deal with the animals, especially like such a large bulky cage, this outfit, while it looks alright, it's a little bit impractical. It'd be a bit of a pain to use. And then, of course, there's her skin, which, again, this is solid outfit. Nothing too special. Works wonderfully as a design, but in terms of actual outfit, it's just a dress a lot of people wouldn't want to wear that's weirdly tight on her, and then a very, very loose jacket that doesn't cover a lot. But at the same time, not in the usual way you'd expect a jacket not to cover a lot. And then just socks. Socks that she's tied around her feet for some reason. So overall, thinking about it, for me at least, Beanstalk, it's pretty basic. Like, it's nice, but that's going to get in the way, that's going to be inconvenient, and it's not fashionable enough to warrant the inconvenience. Does she have another skin? No. Sweet. Moving on! The very first reason I figured, hey, I probably need to create an even better tier. Black Knight. Now, this is a very, very busy outfit. This would be a pain in the ass to take on, pain in the ass to take off. It's not even going to be that comfortable, especially this giant-ass belt that hangs like halfway over her thigh. That's getting in the way. But man, she is sacrificing for the sake of fashion, which is something you just have to do. Matches the color scheme of her hair excellently, matches her hair excellently. Thinking at it closer, this one probably isn't top tier. It's close to top tier, though. Unlike Beanstalk, she does have a strap for her crossbow, but realistically you'd want that to be a cross-shoulder strap, because that gives you a lot more torque, makes it a lot easier to carry. That is way too tight on her thigh. That is going to be causing some circulation issues. But say what you will, her shoes, relatively practical, despite the heels. Those aren't coming off, though the weird side slit, that's just a fashion decision. Overall, Black Knight's default E0 outfit, absolutely fantastic. Lots of ornaments, lots of highlights. Likewise with her E2, this is basically a completely different outfit, even though it's at the same time very similar, because it's being worn completely different. She's gotten rid of the belt, which is necessary to raise your knee that high. But it looks like she's also gotten rid of the... Oh no, okay, sweet. The crossbow still has somewhere to rest across her body, so that she doesn't have to physically hold it. That being said, her hairstyle is a little bit messy in this one. But yeah, this is very similar to her E0. Different shoes, which is interesting. Also thigh highs. So she has actually pretty meaningfully changed outfits here. This, again, it looks very nice. Not the most practical, but unlike Beanstalk, this is giving up practicality for the sake of looking good. And likewise, when you get to Black Knight's skin, this is, again, a very, very impractical outfit. This would be a pain in the ass to wear, pain in the ass to put on, but it looks very good. So as an outfit, she definitely rocks it. Part of that is definitely bias. I very much love her color scheme. I'm biased towards darker colors. Not a big fan of whatever these weird semi-translucent socks are. That would definitely be uncomfortable, but outside of that, pretty solid. Does she have another skin? Yes. This is probably my favorite of... Oh, no, I actually like her default outfit more. I just like the hair on this one more. So all in all, Black Knight looks pretty amazing, but her outfits are very impractical. That being said, in terms of fashion sense, it's clear from all of her skins, she has excellent fashion sense. She is flooding. It doesn't matter what the occasion, she's got an outfit for it, and she's going to look good. And going past, straight onto another absolute banger, we have Cantabile. Cantabile is very similar aesthetic to Black Knight, but in my opinion, looks a lot better, wears a lot better. She used to be a noble. You can tell this is all very high quality clothing. Lovely ornaments there. I do like the little... I don't know if that's a duck or some kind of bird, but it adds quite a bit. This would be, again, a little bit inconvenient, less so than Black Knight's. There are less flowing parts. The necklaces all make sense, and they're layered quite excellently. This is very clearly tailored for her. You can tell by just how ridiculously tightly it fits, but at the same time, this wouldn't get in your way too much, especially because it's a relatively high skirt, which means it's not going to be constricting your legs like something like a pencil skirt would. The thigh highs, they're not on insanely tight, which is pretty rare for anime designs. Honestly, the least convenient part of this outfit would be the weird anklet chain cross around her foot. Outside of that, though, absolute god-tier outfit. Looks amazing, not even that impractical. Though obviously things like the giant earring, yeah, that's not going to be comfortable. Seen in her E2, as you can see, unlike Black Knight, she can sit down without having to remove parts of her outfit. Though it looks like she has tightened the stocking, which is going to make this a little bit less comfortable. That being said, again, still the only real inconvenient part of the outfit is the chain around her foot, which, hey, it looks amazing. It's mostly functional. That's pretty top tier. And her skin... Thinking about it, her skin's still a very, very nice outfit. It's not quite to the same level as her default outfit. It's a bit more plain. It's got less highlights, less ornaments. But at the same time, it's a very, very nice plain. Like a lovely shade of blue complements her grey hair very well. She's got ornaments in her hair to make it pop a little bit more. It's a lovely jacket. This, if it didn't have so many flowing parts at the back, that it would be very easy to trip over. This outfit as well would be absolutely top tier. But as it stands, this is just a very, very nice outfit. You can't really subtract points, but... this, I mean, it is a festive outfit. It's not something you're going to wear day to day, so at the end of the day, it's not that important. So, yep. Mainly based off of her default outfit, absolute top tier. This, for an anime design, is incredibly practical. Yeah, her dress does look like... Both of her outfits look like it drags on the floor, but this one definitely drags on the floor more. And especially wearing heels, this is just going to get in the way. But outside of that, it's not too bad. That's very common in anime for flowing parts to hit the floor. That being said, Black Knight is amazing. Cantabile is better. But there's only so many tiers I can add. And because this, I don't want to particularly rank them within tier. So moving past Cantabile onto Chiav, first male of the day. The specialists had a lot of amazing male designs. Chiav, it's an alright outfit. Look, end of the day, he's a mechanic. He needs something practical. He doesn't quite get there. The boots, the shins, the vam braces, like all of that's really lovely. Even the runners. The runners are practical. You'd ideally want something steel-toed, but this honestly looks like steel-toed runners. So hey, it works. The problem is this weird giant chest hole. Because it's not like... You can see from the way it's hanging around his neck, this is not some skin-tight, loose undershirt. This almost looks like some kind of custom-fit body armor that's just designed to really hug his chest. This is going to be very uncomfortable. Props to the goggles, though. The goggles, they would be functional. They look like they're the right size for him, and they're hanging around his neck. But The main downside of this outfit is just the weird chest opening. It honestly doesn't even look like this jacket can close. That's why it's a problem. There's no particular buttons, and this is on way too tightly for a zipper to work unless it folds across here, which it doesn't look like it does. In his E2, it looks a bit better. It looks like it can be closed. But a lot of the rest of the outfit is hidden by the giant fox. That being said, it's not bad. Like, it's mostly practical. Aside from the chest reveal, which, look, he's a handsome guy. Sometimes guys want to show off their chests, fair enough. He's protecting the most important parts, except for his vital organs, but he's less likely to cut himself. It's much more likely to get injuries to your forearms and hands, and your feet and lower legs when you're doing engineering. There's nowhere to particularly put his tools. That tool belt is not sufficient. But end of the day, hey, he also uses them for combat, so I'm sure he's got somewhere. And, oh no, it does look like he can somehow strap them to his back. Does he have a skin? No. So honestly, like, there are a few things wrong with his outfit, but I'd say it's probably about the same tier as Beanstalk. It's a nice outfit, but it gives up some practicality where it shouldn't, and it's not, like, super amazing. Still, like all the characters in Arknights, very well dressed. If you saw someone dressed this well in real life, you'd be like, damn. But it's all comparative to Arknights rather than the real world, because otherwise everyone would be S tier pretty much. Moving on to Courier. This is a nice mix of semi-casual, semi-formal. You see someone rocking like this, the only weird part is the shorts. He is really emphasizing that he skips leg day. I don't know why he decided he's going to wear the world's thinnest boots, and then also stockings underneath his cut-off giant baggy pants. Outside of that, from the waist up, it's a really great outfit. Something you could wear any day, especially since... And props where it's due, he's wearing a scarf and mostly heavy clothing in Xerag. Or... no, he's not from Xerag, that's right. Unlike all of the Xerag operators, he's still dressed for cold weather, is the main point. He's clearly got hooks on his sword that he can connect it to so that he can rest it. Overall, pretty solid outfit. And then, yep, take notes, Chiav, you can wear a sexy undershirt and still be dressed appropriately. And I do like that his jacket isn't just gone. A lot of the time when they change outfits, it's just visibly gone. In this case, they've kept it and Courier has tied it around his waist. It's really just like the... What's going on with... It makes him look like he has chicken legs. Outside of that, I honestly would have probably put this in awesome, but the pants just below the knee is just really weird. So, aside from the knee... Oh, wait, does he have any skins? Yeah, okay, sweet. He does have redeeming skins to bring up the average. This is a very nice, very fancy outfit. You could see someone wearing this IRL. The only thing you'd raise a question about is the sword, and, again, why he's so keen to show off his ankles. But hey, maybe he has really nice ankles and it just doesn't come across in the color scheme or the art. Once again, dressed for cold weather, but all in all, very, very nice clothing. I'm going to give this the first awesome of the day. Probably going to be very low on the awesome tier, but definitely more practical and cooler than Beanstalk or Chiav's. He doesn't have another skin, right? Oh, yes, never mind. Yep, okay, definitely earning the awesome. I forgot about his Rockstar skin. So this absolute banger. He is dressed to perfection. This is some genuine drip, absolutely earning that awesome rank, even if the others are a little bit less than it. Excellent tight shirt, excellent jacket, fully sleeveless. I love the little additions to the hood to make it a bit spikier, and his armband to add feathers. Yeah, absolute banger out of 10. The gloves, even just the gloves are really nice. The only thing... Oh, yep, no, sweet. He does have a shoulder strap for his guitar. It's just very hard to see because his outfit is covered in a lot of belts. Either way, this is some drip. Oop. Wrong button. Moving on to another drip king, probably the drippiest male Vanguard, Elysium. There's not even much to be said. This guy, every single outfit he has, he just looks stylish as hell. Like, there's nothing too weird about his outfits. Yeah, the top of his boots are a little bit loose, but that's almost a stylistic choice. Lovely pants, perfectly complemented by a jacket. Cut to perfection, that would be very convenient to walk around in. He's got straps where he needs straps, and not many excess straps. All of this looks comfortable, all of this looks practical, absolute god tier first outfit. Likewise, when you see it in the E2, he's got the button undone showing off his chest. He's got some weird zippers on his arms. This is still a very, very practical outfit. You could walk around all day in this, and you'd look stylish as hell doing so, even if you might get a bit hot from the sheer layers, but that's not what it's about. And even when you go to his skins, when it comes to winter wear, this guy is dripping. Sheesh. The coat over the coat with a scarf to tie it all together. He seems to have a third layer of coat. Oh, no, that's the first one. It's just hanging weirdly off his arm. Yep, so he's wearing 3 coats. 1, 2, 3. And all of them look stylish. He's perfectly matched the color scheme. The shoes are practical. That's something anime gets wrong a lot. I love the attention to detail with him holding his inconveniently long flag in the crook of his arm, resting it almost against the ground. Elysium, absolute easy S tier. All of his outfits, he looks amazing. Yeah, man's cold, not for long, not in this outfit. The only thing that's going to be dripping is the sweat if it gets above, like, minus 40 degrees with the scarf triple jacket combo. And then even his beach wear, like, damn. This isn't an outfit for swimming, but this is definitely an outfit for going to the beach. My guy is not interested in swimming. He's going to spend the whole time flirting with people, and it really shows. But even just this has lots of flowing, inconvenient lines, but unlike a lot of the female characters, this wouldn't be dragging against the ground or getting tangled in things. His jacket might be a bit inconvenient, but it looks fire. And all of his outfits, like, absolute god tier, absolute god tier, absolute god tier. He is probably the drippiest male Vanguard, though that is pending the rest of the list. Still, easily flooding, right up there with Cantabile, just looks fantastic in everything he wears. Moving on from Elysium. Fang. This is a pretty basic outfit. Not much to talk about. It is actually kind of funny to see just how low res this image is compared to the others. You can tell they will have got this quite early in development, but that doesn't take away from the outfit design. It's a bit weird to wear a jacket that oversized with that kind of dress, but it's just like, this isn't really, compared to everyone else, this is probably the worst one so far. The shoes are weird. The weird dead-on knee-high stockings cannot be comfortable. You'd want them a bit higher or a bit lower so that they sit more comfortable. What is that miniature belt right above her knee for? That is just going to make it a pain to bend. She doesn't have anything to strap her spear on. She's carrying that the whole way. But look, it's a decent jacket. It's a decent dress. But overall, this outfit is not where it's at. Her skin, that's a little bit better. This is a very nice jacket, very nice scarf. It gets a bit weird at the pants. She's wearing weird overalls. Like, this is above her jacket from the looks of things, which is just very strange. And she's gone belts overload. She's gotten extra weird armbands that don't even seem to be attached to the jacket. I'm not sure why she's wearing them. All in all, as much as, like, from the neck up, this looks really amazing, gotta give Fang the first cringe of the day. These outfits, they're not very well thought out. They're not very well balanced. They work wonderfully as illustrations, but if you saw them IRL, you're just going to notice the overalls. Like, why are you wearing a satchel underneath your scarf, over your jacket, over your overalls? Why? At least she's got coffee to make up for the fact that her entire legs are exposed, which is probably freezing. Now, moving on to Flametail. Flametail, I have conflicting feelings about. Now, this is, in theory, really nice attention to detail. She's got the same sort of texture you see on a lot of fencing garb, which plays into her sword type. Though obviously this is a much heavier sword than usual fencing swords. yeah, you can't you can't unsee Fang's overalls. It is a curse on your eyes. But yeah, parts of Flametail's design I really like. I really like the chest piece, the armor, the insignia. Even the fact that it covers her neck, that's a detail a lot of people skip for obvious reasons. It covers a lot of the character. But your neck is your most vulnerable place. If you get hit in the neck, even a light cut, you're just kind of screwed. So it's great attention to detail of the little bits of armor that don't get too much in the way, that cover a lot of parts that bend, and a lot of parts that are vulnerable. Hey, yo, how you doing? When it comes to her headgear, it is absolutely cursed, seeing what seems to be a wired equivalent of a Bluetooth headpiece connecting a radio on her chest into an ear on the top of her head. That is an image I would prefer not to have. And likewise, what is this weird hat? This would be crazy heavy. Wearing an armor piece on one of your ears, that is something I've never seen. Yeah, exactly. What is it protecting? If you get hit there, you're breaking your ear. Like, it's just going to make blows worse because it gives more area for them to hit you in the ear. Likewise, I'm a big fan of anime thighs, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. The fact that she's wearing super protective leg gear, super protective feet gear, super protective torso gear, and then exposing some of her vitals right along the inner thighs. Yeah, no, her hearing... You're right, actually. She's got a weird helmet over one ear and a Bluetooth headpiece inside the other one. She can't hear shit. Yeah, 2 belts on one leg. That actually is fairly standard for larger pouches like this. The problem is that there's nothing underneath the belts. Small pouches, like you can actually see... Hold on, let me zoom in a bit by zooming out. This is a large enough pouch that if it was just one strap, it would bounce around a lot when you're walking. The other one, that's small enough you can get away with it. It is actually usual to see 2 or 3 sometimes straps. The problem is, again, like she's got great armor. You'd ideally want to be protecting the back of your calves as well, but end of the day, she's mostly a duelist. She's definitely more vulnerable at the front than at the back. Because she's a tournament fighter. But she takes a lot of effort to wear heavy protective gear, even protecting her neck, and then decides to give herself weak points, cut off her hearing completely, and expose her thighs. It's a great outfit, great design. It does lose a few points on practicality, though. With her E2, like... Oh, she seems to... Oh, no. Okay, same skirt style, it's just longer. But yeah, with the E2, you can see a bit better. She's wearing proper fencing-style protective gear. The helmet looks just as stupid. She's wearing proper leg gear, though she seems to have actually lost a piece or two. Yep, she's lost some of the protection on the... It used to go up to about here, so she's exposed a few extra inches of thigh. Those pouches, they would be a bit of a pain. You generally don't want to wear pouches across your stomach like that. It is going to constantly jostle. You want to wear them more... a little bit lower above the waist, though that would look a bit worse in the design, so it's understandable. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, this part of your thigh is not as much of a vital. And yes, next, the skin. Her skin is a lot better. This is a great outfit. It doesn't matter when if your thighs are exposed when you're not actively wearing heavy armor. Like, this is a heavy chest plate. Surprisingly heavy, it wears you down fast. This outfit is excellent. So honestly, both of her outfits are excellent. This one just loses out on practicality and has a few weird points. The visor on her skin is a little bit weird, but it's like a weird futuristic VR headset thingy-bob that's never properly explained. Yeah, the VR headset. But outside of that, this is like... The only weird thing is woolen socks with a zipper. That's definitely new. Outside of that, like, her belt is tied around right above her hips. That's where you want it sitting, and that's the most comfortable spot to have lots of pouches attached, unlike the last one, which was across her stomach. Nice choker, very lovely shirt, tied up. A lot of people do that, very common. Honestly, the worst part about this, aside from the VR headset, is this weird armband. You wouldn't really want something sitting there, and if you did, it would definitely need a second band. But given how much, like, belt she has, she could easily slot that on her legs. All in all, though, this is awesome. This is some drip. And this, despite a few flaws from practicality, is also drip. She looks pretty amazing. So thinking about it, I'm honestly going to put her up there with Bagpipe, because as much as Courier has that one amazing skin, he also has a few very bad skins. She has a lot of style. She looks great. It's just a case of, like, look, even if you just ditched this weird helmet thing covering one of your ears, the only one with actual hearing, that'd be a lot better. But that being said, Flametail, she dresses very, very well. And surprisingly practically for a tournament fighter. They usually don't include those sort of details in an anime game. Now, Granny. I really like Granny's design as a design, especially the color scheme and just the body shape absolutely appeals to my niche interests. The visor, a little bit uncomfortable, but you're making it work with horse ears. That's good enough. And yes, Granny, you can tell by the grey hairs. She is an old lady. Yeah, her pants, that's the part I was hoping to save for last, but yes. Her pants are weird. Especially because these are otherwise really practical, really nice pants. She's got the reverse scardy going on. Like, I do love the Vam braces. I love the shoes. This does look like she's decently armored. Like, this isn't a proper armored vest. It's covering most of her vitals. You want it to sit a bit higher because up to about the clavicle is where all of your exposed organs end. So you definitely want this extending a bit higher. But look, end of the day, she's got some protection, better than none. That wouldn't be too heavy. These pouches are too little to do anything with, but I can confirm a lot of protective gear has weird pouches like that. Take notes again, Flametail. Her belt is sitting across her waist. And this is at least a sturdy jacket. The over jacket is a little inconvenient. Lots of flapping belt parts, which is a bit weird. But outside of the main issue is just the pants. Like, I think we all know it. This is, it's weird. It's not necessarily comfortable either. She can hold pens in those pouches. How small are the pens? Like, she can hold maybe the tip of the pen. Yeah, no, the pants can stay up, I believe, because they actually loop around. I'll see if it shows it in E2. No, she uses completely different pants, never mind. From what I understand, with this kind of pant, it would be possible because it would loop around and have like a normal crotch area. It's just for whatever reason she really wants to show off her thighs. Which, look, if you're going to do that, you should show off a bit more of your thigh, probably to about down here for stylistic reasons. Then at least it's clearly a style choice rather than just, oh, they ran out of fabric while they're making this. Her E2, I actually prefer these shorts. These look nicer because it makes it look like the rest of her pants are still functional. And you can actually see, let me zoom in. You can actually see her, oh no, never mind, that's just very darkly shaded. But these pants, very nice. They complement her armored greaves. Oh, that's weird. She has armored runners. Yeah. Possible shortage of materials for the pants and the pins. But look, at the end of the day, this jacket is a lot nicer. It does away with the belt aesthetic, which just doesn't quite work with the color scheme and the rest of the design. In her E2, it looks a lot nicer. I love the hood. The visor, again, that's surprisingly practical given she has horse ears. That's going to offer a bit of protection from the shade, and she can presumably slide it forward. Outside of the weird thigh gap, her outfit is absolutely fantastic. And in the E2, outside of her weird armored runners. Going on to her skin, again, she really loves, maybe she just really has an allergy here and has to show that part of her thigh. The thigh highs are a bit weird. That being said, I would absolutely buy these because they have pizza on them, and I think that would be funny. The most confusing part is that what even is this material? Like, is this her socks? If so, what kind of crazy massive socks is she wearing for it to be this much larger than her shoes? The thigh highs, they do look very nice. They're a nice shiny material. The pizza is funny. She's once again wearing a skirt rather than short. Oh yeah, skirt rather than shorts this time. I do like that her visor's still here, just on the other horse rather than this horse. I love the pizza little ear chain. They've done their best to make it look like that would actually work with Wolfie's. Lovely jacket. The tie, when you're having recreation days like this and you're wearing a tie, that is super uncomfortable. But look, honestly, yeah, no. This tie, if you're going to wear a tie, you should wear a better tie. This doesn't fit with the color scheme. But still, Granny, she dresses well. She just has weird taste. And no, she doesn't have another skin. All in all, I reckon Granny's got pretty solid outfits. I'm going to pop her in awesome. Not quite to the level of Bagpipe or Flametail, but she still looks nice. And hey, she actually does wear armor on her legs, which is something a lot of anime characters do not do. But especially for someone like a mounted police, if you get injured in your legs, you're not chasing anyone, which is half of her job. And with a spear, the most vulnerable part is your arms, which is what the greaves are for. Oh no, my apologies. These are greaves, these are van braces. I get them confused sometimes. Moving on, though, to not a Drip King, but definitely a gorgeous illustration, Inez. Now, Inez is an extreme version of Granny where she decides no materials over her thighs is appropriate. This is actually a really good bit of knee protection. A little bit of padding over the knee goes a long way, especially if you need to kneel down. You wouldn't kneel down because of how tight her skirt is. Keep in mind, like, this is skin tight, barely holding on, and her legs are crossed, minimizing the amount of distance. Unfortunately, if she, like, takes a normal step, she's gonna flash everyone. But it does look very, very stylish. Other than that, honestly, the shoes, very nice boots. This weird thigh strap, I don't know what the purpose of that is. This skirt, absolutely lovely. I love the layers. I love the flares. I even love the knife aesthetic, though that's just personal bias. Yeah. Inez decided distraction is worth sacrificing protection and the ability to walk. Say what you will, this isn't practical for a mercenary, but as an outfit, it's very nice. I do love that the zipper on her shirt is broken and she just hasn't replaced it. Either that or it's stylistic and it's just designed to better show off her figure once again. This is a very, very nice outfit, with the weirdest part being this little tassel that flows. You're going to trip on this. This is going to get caught on things. But that's mainly for stylistic choices as an illustration, I would imagine. Yeah, too poor to fix the zipper. I'm pretty sure people aren't going to notice the zipper anyway, to be fair. And yeah, I do like that she's made her skirt relatively practical, attaching lots of little doohickeys and doodads. This wire is really weird. Why has she got it tied around her hand? But that doesn't really have to do with the outfit. That's just a strange decision. With her E2, you can tell once again, the zipper looks like this time was a stylistic choice, but this is a different shirt. So she got it replaced and chose to break it in the same spot. She also seems to have gotten a slightly different skirt because this is wider than the previous one. Her previous one, she would not be physically capable of keeping her legs that far apart without flashing everyone. It also goes a little bit lower. The shoes, very consistent, very nice. I still don't really know, like... It is a bit weird to have a strap that close to the knee. If you had it slightly higher up, it'd still work without hindering your mobility as much. That being said, like, even these little arm warmers... Inez really wants to show off her armpits and shoulders, but she also wants to stay warm in the colder weather. But that being said, jokes aside... This provides some protection if you need to kneel down for whatever reason or if you need to crawl. So there has actually been some thoughts into practicality. She would probably also be wearing gloves though. But outside of that, she looks very, very... Oh no, never mind. She wouldn't be wearing gloves because she deals with string and lots of fine instruments. That does make sense. Or maybe fingerless. It's a very, very nice outfit though. Looks absolutely amazing on her. And for the most part practical, with obvious exception that we all appreciate that look... Maybe people get distracted enough that it protects her anyway. She doesn't have a skin yet. Sweet. That being said, this is stylish as hell. She looks amazing as hell. There's a reason everyone loves Inez. Absolute S tier, right up there. Not quite Elysium levels, not quite Black Knight or Canterbury levels, because it's only one outfit and it does lose a few practicality points. But it looks amazing mainly because Inez's body, rather than the outfit itself. But it's a great color scheme. Complements her hair well, complements her horns well. Now, moving on to a less great outfit. Now, I know that Myrtle is a grown adult, despite being a Durin. That being said, even on people with different figures than Myrtle, wearing such a weirdly tight skirt with a tiny slit there, never really a good look. Not many people can pull it off. The belts are weird. Yeah, Myrtle is a unit, absolute S tier, but like, her outfit, man. This jacket is going to fall off. You can't wear a jacket this heavy with this large sleeves around your shoulders like that because the weight is going to pull it down. The belts are going to make her skirt a pain and don't really serve any purpose. Like, what is this attaching? Unless she's attaching her jacket to her waist. That is not where you would put an ID on your shirt. That would be tied around your neck. Why does she have, like, some weird of bondage collar as a bra? Yeah, her shirt is very whack, and yeah, she's absolutely that one poor kid who had one outfit and then just grabbed her dad's jacket. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, all in all, this isn't a good outfit. The shoes are nice, the shoes are practical. Even just the socks are weird, but everything else... This is a bad outfit. Especially the implication, this looks like some kind of bondage instrument. And why has she got, like, a super tight, fuzzy choker that's not a scarf? In her E2, the shirt somehow looks worse because it's either been damaged or just incredibly loose. Oh no, it has been damaged and it's incredibly loose. My mistake. At least she's wearing the jacket properly this time. But once again, like, you can see even more clearly here, she has even more belts than you first expected, and all of them are useless and none of them look good. At least she seems to have torn her skirt slightly higher, so she has more mobility. So even putting aside the weird sexualization, which, look, that's fine for some people, I personally just... She's got like a potato-style body for me, but it's not really about that, just like the outfit. This is like bargain bin outfit. She's trying to... You know, it reminds me of a lot of teenage girls going through their rebel phase, trying to look really cool, but they don't quite understand how to put it together yet. It looks like Myrtle didn't really have too many options, and like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but her other outfits are better, but even then I do have a few problems. This skirt is at least practical. It is too tight on her. I don't like seeing her stomach bulge. Which, look, let's be real, lots of people have it, but generally, even in real people as well, it's a bit tight. Very lovely hat. I do like her flag. Her flag would be hella impractical, but look, let's not worry about that. It's a cool flag. This is a nicer jacket. She's wearing it properly, props where it's due, and unlike her belts, this ribbon at least serves an aesthetic purpose, as well as apparently being somewhere to hang her apple. This outfit is way, way better than her previous one, and it looks like she kept the shoes and added some kind of ankle weight. Oh, yeah. Yep, very similar shoes, and she added some kind of extra shoe on top of it. But look, say what you will, this outfit, much, much better than the first one. Still not super amazing, just kind of basic drip, like looks good, but nothing super special. Is the red part of the jacket or a cape? It looks like it's a cape that's attached to the back of the jacket. Oh wait, no. Yeah, let's zoom in. Right, we can actually see the details, it's just hard. It looks like this weird tabard is the jacket. So yeah, you're right, it's a second jacket. If that's the case, that actually takes away from it. This is going to fall off. Or at least tug you constantly to this side. Like, you're going to be falling over. This is a way too heavy and large jacket. This needs to be on the other shoulder properly as well. But that being said, it's still heads and shoulders above her first outfit. Oh yeah, no, the cape looks amazing. Like, this is ranking it as an outfit. This isn't ranking it as a design for a character in a game. Like, all of these characters look amazing. For art, this also looks amazing. But it's why a lot of the flappy bits you see, like Gladia from the Specialist, you would get tangled constantly wearing it IRL, even if it looks great. And then we have this. Now look, I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear something similar to this and liked the look of it. That being said, that doesn't inherently make it bad, that just means it's against my biases. So thinking about it objectively a bit, that is a weird thing on the thigh that makes it look like her skirt is connected. It's not. That's a weird standalone thing. That is going to be constantly slipping. Either that or it's elastic, in which case it'll be very tight and uncomfortable. Okay, if you've seen a lot of people look good in frilkinis, that's fair enough. I just personally don't like the style. I do like her necklace. Complements the color scheme well. That being said, the rest of the outfit, even putting aside that it's Myrtle wearing it, and I personally just don't like Myrtle's body type, aside from the sunglasses, which are really nice, and like the hair accessory and the necklace, the actual outfit itself is just weird. Like, these shoes, these are going to come off. And they're not going to be easy to walk around in, because unlike a lot of other sandals... Oh, there could be something between her toes there, I forget the name of it. But this is not a sturdy top to your sandals. Or as we call it in Australia, thongs, but I avoided saying that because I'm aware not everyone is Australian, and that means something else to everyone else. The jacket... part of that is just her forearm... No, not her forearm. Her upper arm is ridiculously long here. But that jacket is not going to fit on her. She is fully dedicated to exposing her stomach in this outfit. So look, say what you will, her skins are a lot nicer than her default outfit. In terms of actual drip. But still gotta put Myrtle, like... honestly, if it was just her default outfit, it'd be in the cringe, but her skins are nice, so I'm gonna put her in basic. As much as I'm not personally a big fan, it's functional. And at least it doesn't look like it was scrounged out of the garbage, unlike the rest of her default outfit. So it is a massive improvement. Now, moving on to the elf girl from Rhine Lab. Mulisis. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. Yeah, Mumu, or Muesli, as I titled her. This is a very nice jacket. This is a very nice outfit. It's not like end of the world fashionista, but this is something practical enough for the workplace while still looking good. This is a case of belts apparently being useful or at least not too inconvenient, which is nice and rare. I'm not sure why she's got this weird tabard hanging over one shoulder. It could be part of the jacket. Oh, yes, you're right. It is Ulysses. Thank you. I remembered reading that somewhere earlier, trying to remember how to pronounce her name, and then just forgetting. Yes, her umbrella is styled to match her outfit. It looks absolutely lovely. The color scheme, slightly more yellow than green, but again, like this is a well thought out outfit, and part of that is the umbrella, which is something a lot of people IRL don't do. Even the shoe laces match the outfit. Obviously easier to do in an illustration, but I have met a few people who go that hard. The coat, very, very nice, very practical. Not like god tier practical, not going to protect you from any spills, but I don't imagine she's doing much hands-on science day to day. And this is a very good day-to-day outfit for a science director. Yeah, the jacket's not amazing. Like, it's not Project Red or Phantom level jacket. But you've got pockets for storage. It's functional, it matches well with the rest of the outfit. It does hide her figure a bit, but not everyone wants to constantly show off their figure. This is a very nice science jacket. And I think you can see... Oops, sorry. I think you can see that better. Yeah. You can see it a bit better. Also, damn, her umbrella is styled crazy hard on the inside. But yeah, her jacket would be very, very comfortable to wear, and it matches her outfit perfectly. And rather than wearing weird overalls, she's actually wearing a skirt that makes sense, which I appreciate massively. Yet, there are a few weird parts, you're right, especially on the right side. Like, this zipper is a bit weird. This is just the coat is bent. So this is actually an inside pocket. This is the inside part of the coat. It's folded over. This is also a bit weird. But it looks nice. And at the end of the day, if they want to add a few additions to the outfit that don't necessarily make sense, don't necessarily work, at least the rest of the outfit still looks nice. Yeah, you're right. Most of the drip went into our umbrella. If I had an umbrella this nice, you'd better believe I would make an outfit to match it. Like, bro. Then again, it seems to be dissolving into leaves as part of her art, so maybe she needs to custom make them. But that being said, like, this is... It's not awesome tier, but this is a very well put together outfit. So, while this would probably still be basic, it's definitely a lot higher. Probably the highest basic so far. Definitely head and shoulders above Myrtle's. Myrtle is borderline cringe, it's just her outfits are kinda nice. Moving on from that, we have Plume. Now, for the 3-star gang, I've always thought Plume's outfit pretty cool. That being said, practicality. She is a polearm user, and she has a giant, heavy overcoat with dozens of belts that limits the mobility on both of her arms because it flips back around. She is going to constantly get tangled when trying to swing this thing. That being said, the gloves are nice. It's a bit weird, but it's like a fashion choice around the shoulders. Undershirt underneath her jacket, all of that's practical. It's not the most amazing looking thing in the world, but it's her style, it fits her well. I love the hat as well, even though it's a beret and it comes from France, unfortunately. The shoes are nice, though once again they've got that weird, massively oversized top of the shoe. And a zipper, which they really love doing. But no, the only real problem is the coat, and that's only because she has a polearm. Outside of that, this is quite an asymmetric design. You'd see someone like this on the street, they're clearly fashionable, but they're not necessarily the best at it. They're putting themselves together super well, but they don't have anything to really make them pop. That being said, for the 3 stars for launch operators, this is incredible, because the 3 stars were some of the first units designed in the game. But yeah, that being said, it's a pretty basic design in terms of drip level. Like, it's well put together, it's well thought out, but it's not the world's greatest. Definitely not as nice as Muesli's. Ulysses, that's it, Ulysses. Ulysses, absolutely high basic tier. Borderline awesome. But Plume, also pretty high basic. Yeah, no, pretty standard for basic, yeah. All the Arknights characters are dressed pretty well. The coat does make when you swing a polearm up and down, but because it's a halberd, it's also designed to slash both ways and stab. So it's not a case of it's always going to get in the way, but it's definitely going to get in the way sometimes. Like, it's limiting your mobility more than it... Like, it's by no means the most egregious I've ever seen. It's slightly limiting your mobility, but the main problem is that she couldn't take this off very easily because it's tied around her neck. If you could do that, then it would be absolutely fine, because if it does get in the way, you just flick it off. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You can still use the halberd, but this is a two-handed weapon, and it's definitely going to throw off her balance, if nothing else. Yeah, she does look nice, and she does have thighs, but if I was if I was ranking operators by how nice their thighs were, pretty much all of them would be S tier except the men. I'm very biased towards thighs. Speaking of men, wow, what a transition. And this guy doesn't even... Oh no, he does have... Everyone in Arknights has something on their thighs to make it show off. Oh, is that a dress on short shorts? That is a dress. It looks like she does have a pair of shorts underneath, but it's one continuous piece of clothing. Yep, you're right. Puzzle does absolutely have chicken legs. That being said, this is nice suit pants. Like, props where it's due. This is a really nice suit. Like, come on, man. Yes, he does need to go to the gym more. He does need to stop skipping leg day, because he is crazy. He's got the Dorito shape, and he's not built as buff as you need to have the Dorito shape. But yeah, no, if I had that outfit, I would wear that too. This outfit is phenomenal. As much as I'm not like a big fan of Puzzle, because he got immediately power crept by Canterbile, the jacket is excellent. Even the undershirt, it being over one thigh like that, giving it a bit of asymmetry while not being too long. A little bit inconvenient, not sure about the zipper, but aside from that, that's a really lovely undershirt. Honestly, the worst part about this design is the belt. You'd want that sitting a bit higher, probably up here going down. Because that's just, like, that's borderline on his thigh. That's going to slightly limit his mobility. But, like, the outfit itself is amazing. The purple highlights to the tie, the bag. This is a very fashion... Yeah, even the handbag is great. You're wonderful. You're right. It's wonderful. You're wonderful as well, dat noob. But no, like, this kind of handbag, hell man, I'd absolutely wear that. I've got a few courier bags that look kind of similar, but nowhere near as stylish. I'm not sure why he decided, hey, let's attach a belt to my tail. But going to ignore that, because in real life, none of us have giant dragon tails. And if you do find a way to attach one to yourself, I don't want to know the logistics. I'm pretty sure I already know how. Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, that being said, this guy drips. Like, sheesh. This is a top tier design. The only thing detracting from it is this weird belt where it's just sitting weirdly. And in his E2, oh boy. He's wearing a different undershirt, or the same undershirt, just styled differently. It shows it off even better. The belt is sitting better, so it looks even nicer. This is just a phenomenal outfit. Like, even the gloves, I really love the sort of half-hand fingerless gloves that you see a lot in anime, and I've even seen it a few times in real life. Most people can't pull it off. This guy pulls it off. I don't think he has an outfit yet. Oh, yep, he does. Never mind. Yeah, he did just unbutton the jacket. It's just a bit hard to tell because the suit style is a bit different, the undershirt. But yeah, it's the same outfit, which they don't always do in E2s, but is very nice because this is... If I had this outfit, I'd wear this like every day, man. So absolutely good that he has kept it from day to day. I do also love his knives. They match his theme. He spent extra time making sure his knives match his jacket, which is respect. Yeah, the E2, you're right. This guy looks like, not the head honcho mafia, but close enough to the head honcho that they're dressed nice rather than dressing to hide the blood. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The E2 has him wearing the belt properly, and that fixes the most major issue of the outfit. That being said, despite being pretty new, this guy has another outfit, and I'm gonna say it, this is an example of, like, real casual done stylishly. This guy is dressed up the wazoo. These are tactical holds. A lot of people try this, he pulls it off. Even the chain, the turquoise or aqua highlights, the jacket being like almost newspaper style. I'm usually not a big fan of this fake rattiness, but there's a reason you see it a fair amount on runways. Even the shoes match it. This guy is very, very stylish, so as much as I don't like the aesthetic of this one, he wears it super well. And as much as I wouldn't wear this outfit, that's because I couldn't pull it off, not because it's not a fantastic outfit. He absolutely pulls it off. No shoddy as a second skin. Oh, yep, sweet. So honestly, he's going straight in the flooding. This guy is flooding. He's just as good, if not better than Elysium when it comes to outfits. He is stylish as all hell. Especially this suit. Like, oh boy, I would wear this every day. I would go into work rather than working from home. Just to show it off. Is the belt a ribbon? Yes, it is. No, it actually looks like it's... That's weird. Oh, no, okay, sweet. It's very large because he's tied it around his tail for some reason. I thought it was part of his shirt, and I was trying to figure out how the logistics of that worked. But yeah, his belt is a little bit weird, because the tail. But when you ignore that part of the tail and just focus on this here, it looks very nice. You're right, though. I'm not actually sure, especially this weird grey circle here. Not fully sure what that is, but look, he pulls it off. Moving on to Reed. Reed has... It's not a simple design. It's less complex than a lot of the other characters visually. But that being said, this is a really, really nice outfit. That's why I was so excited for Reed Alter. Her clothing scheme is impeccable. The boots are lovely. They do have a weird little hole over the knee. But she's got 2-layered stockings just so that she can emphasize her thighs, which respect. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It would be incredibly annoying moving around in tight tails with in tight rooms with massive tails. Especially characters like Tamimi, whose tail is shorter, but just really fat. And with Reed's tail, her tail is on fire, so it's even worse. How'd you sit down in a chair? There's a reason they don't show us any operators sitting. So honestly, that's why like things like the lance I don't hold against them because they already have to deal with the tail. They must be very used to dealing with very long, in-the-way objects. Yeah, you're right. Tamimi's tail is like the size of her entire body. It's crazy. But yeah, Reed's jacket, absolutely lovely. The sweater, absolutely fantastic. I do love the way it tugs around her throat that tightly, and then she's got gold highlights leading into a necklace. She knows her chest is literally glowing, and she has tied it into the outfit. So you gotta respect the hustle. Even the hair ornaments, pretty fantastic, and I think you can see a lot of it better in her E2. Oh no, about the same. Yep, no change. You can see... Yeah, you can see the necklace a bit better, actually. Her necklace... Oh, that's actually interesting. Her necklace ties into her jacket and then around her neck. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, that being said, Reed's outfit looks amazing and is practical. You can walk around in this pretty much all day. Fighting in this, maybe not so much, but you gotta give him some allowance for that because this is an anime game. I think this one is a hair ornament, but yeah, the other two are horns. I believe this one is a hair ornament, but you're right, it could also just be more horns. It sits like a hair ornament, and it's shaped like a hair ornament, so I'm pretty sure. But it could go either way, because fictional species. But honestly, like... Reed, again, dressed really nice. It's not as nice as Elysium or Black Knight, so I reckon she's gonna go... She's definitely high S. She's not quite SSS tier, God tier like the others, but she's definitely high S. It's only one outfit, but it's a very, very nice outfit. And she doesn't have a skin, but she... Oh, never mind. She does have a skin. That's exciting. I forgot about this one because I thought it was her alter skin. This is, once again, a very nice outfit. Not as nice as her default. The green color scheme doesn't quite fit as well with a giant glowing red over her chest. But this is a very lovely extended suit-style jacket that also serves as a dress, which is, if nothing else, unique. Yeah, I can understand why you prefer this one. I do prefer the other one, but that's mainly just color aesthetic. I'm not as much of a fan of green as the main color. I like it as a highlight, though. The shoes. Why do you have plastic see-through shoes? Right at the top, she really wants to show off her upper ankle. But no, this is again really stylish, and I think that also matches right on in with normal S tier rather than S plus tier, because this is a fantastic outfit. A little less practical because the second jacket, this would be a bit of a pain. If you're wearing it for extended periods of time, but this is very clearly she's meeting someone or going to some kind of event, even if it looks like some sort of cafe date or something. The fire is on her chest, not on her shoes. The plastic will not melt. That being said, I do really love the I love the return of the chain around her neck. That is very stylish, so I'm glad they kept that. Now, surely she doesn't have a second skin. No. Sweet. Moving on to my boy Dylan. Oh, yeah, you're right. Again with the tail belt. Look, end of the day, if you have a tail, you got to try to make the outfit work with the tail. And look at how inconvenient this tail is. She's like on the edge of the chair, tilted sideways. It must really suck to have a tail that is twice your height. And moving on. Reserve Ops. I'm going to be real, nicer than Fangs. By default, this is a pretty basic outfit. They don't want to draw too much attention. But this is a nice basic. Like, if I had something like this IRL, I would absolutely wear it a lot. You'd still look pretty stylish going out. Weird backpack. Very, very strange backpack. I'm not fully sure how that's connected, but it looks weird. Likewise, you wouldn't actually want your radio sitting there. It is going to jostle like crazy. It's going to smack you in the jaw, even though you've got the scarf. Yep, absolutely go to war in that. It doesn't have a lot of protective gear, but it's got gloves. It's got good boots. It's got solid pants and a solid jacket. That's very important. You wouldn't want to go somewhere hot, but if you're going anywhere mid to cold, that'll especially help during nighttime. You could sleep in this pretty comfortably. Love the helmet. Love the visor. Eyewear. Not visor, the eyewear. Even that second scarf, it borderline looks like a skull mask. I know it's not, but the pattern looks very similar. Yeah, it's excessive streetwear, but it's also really nice streetwear. You see someone walking down the street in this, you're thinking they're dressed well. Maybe a bit too well to be walking down the street, and not quite well enough to be formal. It's a weird middle ground. But as much as this isn't as eye-grabbing as a lot of the other operators, this is really good streetwear. Like, there are a few weird parts about it, but not gonna lie, I would put this in A. It's got less weird parts than something like Granny's giant thigh holes. Because honestly, you see someone walking like around wearing this, it doesn't even matter that they've got the helmet on, their full face is covered, you're just thinking, your first thought is going to be how stylish they are, not why is there a masked murderer chasing me around with this sword. Obviously he doesn't have a skin, which is a tragedy. Moving on to Saga. Saga. I love Saga as a character. However, gotta be real when it comes to outfits. It's definitely a style, and it's definitely a unique style. But it is kind of all over the place. She's wearing heavy knee guards over baggy pants that barely fit. Yeah, exactly. The pants are much too baggy for the knee pads. Both of these by themselves would be fantastic, but that's just weird. Likewise, instead of a shoe, she's got like weird armoring, tying her to one of the Japanese cog shoes. But also something at the front to separate her long, heavy socks to show off toes, which is a bit weird. What did you call it? Yes, you're right. The pants do have a thigh gap. She's got that traditional ninja-style garb thigh gap. I do really like this around-the-waist mini semi-coat thing she's got going on. That matches well with the pants, aside from the thigh gap. But even just the shirt, it's a bit weird. It doesn't quite match with the rest of the outfit. Shirt up looks really nice. Around her midsection looks pretty solid. But when you put it all together, like, these are some weird beads. Why does she have red armor on her hand and then also fingerless gloves? Why does she have a necklace as part of a belt as part of her beads? Why is there a giant zipper on her entire arm? And then when you see it in the E2, I think we get a slightly different view. Yep. So on the E2 it looks better because the jacket looks a bit nicer, and it looks like that weird semi-skirt thing is actually part of the jacket. And again, the thigh hole does kind of work. It looks much better in the E2, not gonna lie. But that being said, it's still got a few weird parts. But hey, end of the day, it looks much nicer in the E2, not gonna lie. That's actually massively changed my opinion. This isn't an awful outfit. It looks awful because of the pose, showing off all of the flaws. You're absolutely right, the pants aren't staying up, but they could actually be tied underneath the belt. It's pretty common to have, like, so they'd go to almost midway up your stomach. Common's the wrong word, but I have seen pants like this work. And with the undershirt being purple, the red makes a lot more sense for her gauntlet. Yeah, you're right. The jacket does look sort of kimono style. I don't think it's a full traditional kimono, obviously. Especially because the weird sleeves, but it definitely looks much nicer in the E2. So if it was just the E0, I probably would have given her cringe. But this takes it up to, like, this is a solid outfit that's just a bit weird. And then, of course, is her skin. Her skin is just more traditional garb. This is like a proper kimono, though modified for anime aesthetic. Weird satchel bag, weird thigh highs, reverse thigh highs, stockings that only go midway down her leg. The shoes, these are much more functional. Even the other guy's shoes are much more functional. Oh, wait, no, that's another Saga, isn't it? These are all Saga. Oh, no, they just all have the same haircut. Yeah, you're right. This is getting out of hand. Now there's 7 of them. But no, this is obviously Saga, and the others just probably related to her or something. At the end of the day, Saga's, like, decently fashionable. Just the E0 really didn't show it off well. Like, not by Arknight standards, you wouldn't be insane, but honestly, I'm going to give this a basic. It's definitely been redeemed. This looks pretty nice. It does have impracticality, and it's not as nice as something like Courier, Granny, or the Reserve Up, but it's not meaningfully worse than Myrtle. Is a good way to put it. And it's definitely better than Fangs. So, moving on past that, we have Sayleech. Now, despite being French/English, Sayleech is pretty based. She is fully aware of how nice her thighs are, and she is very much showing them off to an almost Inez level, especially the thigh gap. Those are very nice stockings. I like that she's got a pouch on the stockings, making use of the parts tying it up. That is a lovely coat for leg protection. It's attached a bit weird, but hey, at least the belts inexplicably directly underneath her boobs are serving some purpose. I do like the way it curves around, so that would be very secure. That wouldn't be bouncing constantly and getting in your way. The arm part's a bit weird, but again, like, this is a very lovely skirt. If you're going to have a half skirt, either having it half covering one leg and only one leg, or having it wrap around like this, that's the way to do it. Very lovely outfit, very well color coordinated, especially with things like the headbands and the little ornaments she's got attached. The arm, this would take so long to put on properly from the looks of things, because I can't tell if this is one armor piece that's just really weirdly styled, or if this is dozens of straps of armor pieces over a glove. It looks like it's actually over a normal glove. So this would take you like all morning to put on. But look, it does look nice, and it's not like it's super impractical. Again, protecting the parts of you that bend, that's very important with armor, so this isn't as stupid as it seems. This is actually a pretty solid place to put armor. Yeah, it could be a designed sleeve, and just this part is armored, but it honestly looks like she's got a designed sleeve, and then a gauntlet that is fingerless. Oh, no, that's just, yeah, that's just the vambrace. Never mind. So yeah, she's got a designed sleeve over her vambrace, which is over another designed sleeve. Still a pain to put on, but a bit less so. Not much really to say here. She knows what she's showing off. And it's relatively tame. Then you get to her E2. Same outfit. A lot of people really love stirrups. So hey, look. Works as an outfit. I prefer her thigh highs with her shoes on, but them being stirrups definitely increases the appeal to some people. You can see the arm a bit better here. It definitely looks like it's a stylized glove underneath a vambrace and also wrapping over a vambrace. So you're absolutely right. It's a designed sleeve. Goes a bit higher to her shoulder. That strap there shouldn't be there. That'd be pretty uncomfortable. But ultimately, no real change to her E0 outfit. Still very, very strong outfit. And then obviously she has her skin, which is definitely not a wedding dress. Because this isn't Azur Lane and you can't marry your characters. No words need to be said about how impractical this would be to walk around in, but that's not the point. It looks lovely. It is a very, very lovely not wedding dress. Even the umbrella is lovely. The flower crown she's got on is lovely. Looks fantastic. She is very, very stylish. Yeah, usually someone wearing something this covering wouldn't have Everything from the mid-chest up exposed, but it still looks really lovely. Yeah, exactly. You go to an event, your partner's wearing this, you're feeling very, very special. Even like this, you go on a movie date or a coffee date, your partner's wearing something to this level, you're feeling very, very special. It's a lovely outfit. And then she also has her upcoming other outfit. This one, a little bit weaker than the others, but it's still like really lovely. These are amazing, amazing outfits. This one is just really good. You can't call it unstylish, but it's like, why are you exposing specifically your belly button, all of your thighs and your upper thighs, and a tiny bit of gap under your boobs and then your cleavage? And why do you have a pearl necklace hanging into your cleavage? Yeah, it is a quasi swimsuit. It looks like this is for sunbathing more than anything, which relatively good for that. Like by no means it's bad. It's by no means bad. It's still a really excellent outfit. It's only in comparison to her other outfits. These are much nicer and much more practical. Well, not necessarily practical. Hopefully you get what I mean. The shoes are nice, which I do appreciate. You can reasonably keep those on. They wouldn't be too uncomfortable. Once again, they have a weird around one. This is better than Canterbal's chain cross necklace, though. The thigh. This is an example of doing it well. This is sacrificing for fashion. I love the little bow. This would be very uncomfortable, but she knows it looks nice. Very lovely skirt. It obviously goes a bit long. You'd ideally want it to cut off about here, or maybe at most here. This is just slightly too long. It's going to get caught on something. But that's mainly probably a stylistic thing. Still an excellent outfit. I honestly can't think Salish belongs anything other than absolute top tier. These are very, very consistently amazing outfits. And it's not even just that she's pretty and she's very well dressed. So credit where it's due, she's absolutely top tier design. So moving on from Salish, we next have Scavenger. Now, I love Scavenger as a character. I even love her design from a design perspective. But as an outfit... Where to start? So for starters, why are you wearing the top of a turtleneck that's been sliced down into ribbons so that it functions as a bra? And then a corset that isn't tight, that isn't really attached to anything, that's somehow also acting as your dress? And then specifically the sleeves of a massive jacket. Just the sleeves, the bottom half of the sleeves. The under sleeve looks nice. And like it looks nice, but this would be so impractical. Like it's only not falling off because she seems to be wearing some kind of giant gauntlet underneath. But it's just... This is not a convenient outfit. Again, I do like the thigh gap. I like the exposed skin. I like it from a design perspective. It works really well. And I do like that her gas mask looks the right size for her face. You could see her wearing this. It wouldn't throw out your suspension too much. So, but this is... The outfit itself is kind of cringe. It doesn't matter what the person wearing it looks like or how good they look. You're gonna have questions. And not, oh, where did you get that? Yeah, all the metal is pulling the corset off, you're right. Like, having something strapped there. The corset is not attached to anything. It is very visibly not attached to anything. It's staying on by being slightly tighter and her having very wide hips. Presumably some kind of zipper at the back. But this is heavy. That's going to be a pain. Now, in her E2, completely different outfit. Much, much nicer. This is a good outfit. The shoes, again, they have that weird... It'd be very easy to get your foot out of this shoe when you don't want to. But outside of that, like, that's a lovely jacket. I love the forearms and the upper arm there. Her gloves look a lot more natural, exposed like that. The gas mask fits perfectly with the jacket. Even the undershirt is really nice. Her E2 is much, much better. And then, of course, moving on, you have her skin, where, once again, questions. Yeah, there are a few others, but yeah, you're right. This is the first Vanguard who, when you push to E2, they get a meaningfully super different outfit. This outfit, honestly, it's kind of worth promoting her from E1 just to not have a mental breakdown every time you see the way she's dressed. With her skin, though, now look, again, from a design perspective, I love this skin. But oh, what's with the bag? Oh, that's just a backpack. It's a very loose backpack, but you can tighten them. So for whatever reason, she's just decided not to tighten it. But you can tighten these backpacks. So that's a stylistic choice. I don't like it. But she can fix that. So it's not too major of a game breaker. Why is she exposing her hips? She has very nice hips. That's why. And likewise in her skin, she's exposing very specifically her hips and also the entirety of her thighs and also surprisingly her crotch. That is a lot more exposed than they usually have in Arknights. Oh yeah, in the skin you mean? Yeah, that's fair. It is strange that she's exposing her mid-skin. She's also showing off her belly button. This cannot be convenient to take on and put off. She has to have, like, straps to hold the skin tight. She's added straps because it wasn't skin tight enough. And this isn't one piece, because you're right, she's showing off the bare skin of her hips. So these are pants, and then there's, like, a weird corset holding it in place, and then it's, like, a weird leotard. The jacket even is weird, like, massive spiky pauldrons. It doesn't sit very well on her. It's way too baggy. I do love the bandage aesthetic on that forearm, but then this glove completely nullifies it and looks ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. This isn't convenient to wear. The only props I can really give the outfit, the headgear's nice, good for keeping your hair in place, and again, it protects the neck, which not necessarily important when you are dressed like an axe murderer. But look, this is either some weird... If you see someone dressed like this IRL, they're either going to kill you or doing some weird fetish thing. Yeah, you're right. No, I think it is one continuous jacket. It looks like it loops around, but you're right. It is hard to tell for certain if it's one jacket or two individual sleeves. But gotta be honest, as much as I love Scavenger, her E2 is good, but gotta give her a cringe. Because, actually, you know what? Gotta give her a don't go outside. Unless she's in her E2, she shouldn't be leaving the house. And even then, please fix your backpack. But the other, like her E0 and her skin, just... If you see someone dressed like this, it's not a good time. You're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to be scare-roused, I think is the term. And yeah, you're right. Her E2 is basic at best. It's like... solid, functional. I like the jacket, so I'm a bit biased towards it, but it's just a jacket, essentially. Then comes Siege. It's been a long time since Siege has ranked highly on the tier list, and it'll probably continue to be a long time, judging from this E0. It is not bad, but it is very basic. I have met people IRL wearing basically this exact outfit, just with a few less zippers and lion emblems. But by all means, I'll hear you out, that noob. I love the shirt, I love the claws, not just because they show off her boobs, but also aesthetically it's lovely. I do love her shorts. Again, she's showing off her entire legs, and her shoes are actual shoes. That's a rarity in Arknights. So props where it's due, but her E0 is just like... relatively nice streetwear that you'd see IRL. When it gets to her E2, she's changed shoes. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's incredibly practical. It's something you'd wear, and someone wearing this, you think, yeah, they buy nice clothes. They dress nice. But outside of that, like, you're not asking them where they got their clothes. You're not taking a picture. You're not going, wow, that is an amazing thought-together outfit. But you're right, this is very, very good streetwear. Yep, the choker is very nice. It's also not too tight. A lot of people get chokers that are way too tight, and they regret that decision. I prefer her E0 shoes, because these are too big for her. Her feet are going to slide out of these while she's walking. It's a very common factor, but you should not have the top of your shoes be... literally 2 to 3 times the circumference of your ankles. And also, that is weird shoelaces. Oh yeah, you're right. She changed her shorts. I didn't notice because they were red. The E0 shorts, much, much nicer. These, not as nice. She also changed her shirt. She added a second set of lion slashes to better show off the curve of her boobs. She also changed the choker. It's a different design. Is the jacket... Okay, so she kept the jacket and then just found a very similar but slightly different outfit. That was a good catch. I wouldn't have seen that. Overall, though, this is just very nice basic, but still basic so far. Her skins might change that. What, she's using her assets to buy the clothing. I think the better deterrent for that would be the giant warhammer. If someone walks in holding this and says, hey, I'm taking this t-shirt, you would probably just hand it to them. This is once again... So I had to think for a second. Much like her E0, this is fantastic streetwear. I actually think this is better streetwear. Not in terms of practicality and comfort, in terms of fashion. This looks more stylistic. I do love the knee protector. Looks almost like a skateboard. Very tight jeans. Bit of a shame. She does have nice legs, as evidenced by her E0. So as much as I might prefer the E0, I think this, from a design perspective, as an actual outfit, is just nicer. This is a weird pouch that's hanging off her zipper or right above her zipper. Yeah, you're right. She's protecting specifically one side. She doesn't care about the other knee. But that's actually not too uncommon if you only need to, like, drop to the ground instead of fully drop to the ground. So, like, you just might need to take a knee or rest somewhere. That being said, she also only has pouches on that same leg. So maybe she just wanted the asymmetric aesthetic. And look, she pulls it off. Say what you will. Her other skin... Oh, it's a very, very nice outfit, aside from this weird jacket. But gotta be honest, whenever I see this skin, I'm just admiring Indra and Dagda in the background. Their jackets are so amazing. That being said, looking at Siege's design in this one, the body armor, this is actually a lot more practical than most body armor we've seen so far, with the exception of the exposed stomach. But the only vital exposed is right over here on her left side. Because you'd want it to be protected about to here, but that'd be uncomfortable. Say what you will, though. This actually works. It is convenient if you need to grab something with your left hand, and she seems to be left-handed. You can grab that knife very easily. Those pouches, relatively easy to access, and it acts as body armor. That is actually not a bad spot for a knife. The shoulder is protected. Her warhammer continues to be dope. I don't know why she has weird thermos-styled grenades, but the pouches are mostly pretty functional. The belt is actually really nice, and it's sitting properly. Yeah, the right side does kind of block the face, but it's more the jacket sleeve that's weird. It looks like she might specifically want something to lean on the ground or protect from corrosive elements, but only on the right side, because she's then got her midriff exposed. But look, gotta say, this is a very nice outfit. This is not something you'd wear day to day, though. Practicality-wise, this isn't quite armored enough to be proper for combat, and it's too armored to be proper for day wear. Yeah, you're right, the Aslan. Just so you know, I am indeed from Aslan, just in case anyone is confused. She doesn't have the lion scratch, so how else would they tell? So she's got this right on her legs. That being said, like... Oh, actually, no. This bone aesthetic doesn't really match the rest of her aesthetic, and that's going to make it a pain. That's going to hurt your legs. Especially if you run into something, you're focusing all of the pressure onto this tiny strip. Maybe she wants lighter armor. I would agree with you, except for the fact she's wearing proper armor here and this giant sleeve, including the semi-pauldron. That's going to massively limit her mobility and pretty much offset... not mobility, rather, flexibility. And pretty much offset any benefit you'd get from the lighter armor. Because body armor actually, like... It's surprisingly light because of the way it sits on your body. It hugs you pretty well, and you can, like, do cartwheels and front flips if you're strong enough. Which she does. She does front flip. But end of the day, the way this sleeve is designed really impacts her mobility of her right arm. Likewise, this giant shoulder pauldron. That being said, look, I do like getting to see a little bit of stomach. It looks nice. And yep, she does want lighter armor, but end of the day, whenever I see this, I just think, wow, Dagda looks amazing. But it's still a very nice outfit. And I believe, yep, she only has two. That being said, still gonna give her I'm going to still give her awesome. Like, it's mostly streetwear, but it's really nice streetwear. And there are a few problems with the outfits, but most of these outfits have a few problems. Oh, yeah, you're right. Apologies. I was highlighting Indra while saying Dagda because Dagda's on my mind a lot. I love her as a unit, even though no one else does. And she's actually kind of goated. She's very strong. Nowhere near mountain level, though, but heads and shoulders above the rest of the brawlers. Yeah, I can see the argument for Siege to be S tier. It's just there's a few weird elements. Like, this outfit, I would say borderline S tier, but I don't think it's quite fancy enough for that. There's not as much going on. But it's very, very, very nice streetwear. But outside of this outfit, it's not like super eye-catching, super stylized. It's just kind of... It's a very nice shirt, shorts, boots, and jacket, but it's also a relatively normal shirt, shorts, boots, and jacket. But yeah, definitely above basic. Siege definitely got some drip. She's she's not the standard. Yep, Siege and Joya, not judging me for liking Dagda. Yep. Dagda and Indra, I love them both. Indra would be an absolutely phenomenal unit if her SP costs didn't suck, and I'm really holding out hope that the module will fix that. Because her skills are good, it's just the uptime is awful. I even kind of like Morgan, but not so much. Haven't played around with her too much yet. Moving on from Siege, we have Texas. Now, not gonna lie, when it comes to female Vanguards, Texas is a bit of a drip queen. I am absolutely weak to the mafioso vibe, and even in a default outfit, Texas kind of has a bit of a mafioso vibe. The shorts are a little bit weird in the E0. The belt, though, actually looks like it's tied to her shoulders, which I appreciate. This is a nice way of having something other than a scarf covering specifically your upper torso, completely not affecting her mobility, especially with the slash at the side. I love the black and red's color scheme because I am an edgelord. Oh, does she what? Apologies. Oh, a bit of mafioso vibe, you're right. I'm definitely projecting there. But even when I first saw Texas, I did get a bit of a mafioso vibe from her specifically, but an anime-style mafioso vibe, not an Italian-style mafioso. So absolutely fair enough that most other people... When, though, it comes to the rest of her outfit, this E0, there's not too much going on. It's a very nice default outfit. Again, like with courier, actually good for courier work. Like, this would be comfortable to walk around in. Good sneakers. Again, weird that they're flared so much around the ankle. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so is that other person. Also, yeah, sorry, I have allergies, so I've been muting my mic to blow my nose so that you don't have to hear that. Apologies for that. But yeah, that person is absolutely right. This is basic, but absolutely rocking the basic to the point where it becomes awesome. Like, it's basic by choice because she doesn't need anything fancy for it to look really good on her. In her E2, it's same outfit, just a bit more stylized, to the point where it looks like a completely different outfit. Oh, cheers, but I live in, hay fever capital of the world, so my allergies will never go away, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like she's also unzipped her jacket. Okay, but other than that, the E2, same art. I love the black and red color scheme. I'm absolutely weak to it. Yes, I do have random handkerchiefs wherever I go, even when I don't feel like I will need them, just in case. And usually it comes in handy. But while Texas's default is really nice, it's once you start getting into her skins. Like, sheesh! I will never try that again. That sounded awful. Sheesh. Oh, Texas has a random handkerchief, does she? What, tied around her... I can't personally see it. I don't doubt you, I just am probably blind. Unless you're thinking about this tied around her forearm, in which case, yeah, that is a weird handkerchief. But hey, look, looks nice. This... Yeah, this part here on... Oh, this one? On the other side? That looks like it's part of the outfit, rather than a handkerchief. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that is weird, but it doesn't detract too much from it. And you're right, it's not there on the E0, so I wonder what it is, because it definitely looks attached, like not strapped on. Yeah, once you get to other outfits, this is a really, really lovely outfit. Fantastic jacket, great practical shoes. She likes showing off her legs, like most of the characters in this game. And look, say what you will, they've got very nice legs to show off. But it matches her color scheme perfectly. A lovely shirt, just the right level of slightly too big. You can't really see the shorts or dress or whatever that is too well. But this is again, like, basic, but in a good way. Where it's not getting too complex, it's just really, really good without being too in your face. Likewise, once you start wanting some complexity, even this is pretty basic, but damn does it look good on her. It's crazy to think that this was initially white and black, and white and red, and she dyed the white parts black. It definitely looks better with the black and red vibes. Women in suits usually look absolutely phenomenal. Texas, no exception. I also love the suit-themed shorts. And yes, this one definitely has mafioso vibe. You're absolutely right. This was her original mafia outfit, according to the lore, with the black parts originally being white, that she then dyed later on to serve Rhodes Island. I have no idea what's going on with the weird giant anklets above her shoes, but outside of that, phenomenal outfit. I love the shorts, I love the little embellishments and ornaments she's got attached to her belt. The belt is high enough that it won't hinder your mobility, which is what matters. And the suit jacket, obviously phenomenal, and the suit underjacket, phenomenal, and the undershirt, you can't really see much, but fits the color scheme, doesn't distract from it. This outfit, absolute S tier. All in all, I reckon Texas as a whole is S tier. I wouldn't quite put her at the same level as, like, Salish. Actually, I've got to think about that for a second. Her default outfit is a little bit too basic comparative to the other SSS tiers, but her skins are both absolutely god tier. I think she does actually fit. The skins make up for it. Her skins are really phenomenal. Like, this is the best basic you can get, where it's basic, but still absolutely stylish. This is something you can just keep in a wardrobe, throw it together. This is practical to put on, practical to move around, and yep, I'm feeling confident with that. Then moving on, Vigil. Vigil is dripping like crazy when it comes to a design. When it comes to an actual outfit, this isn't it. It's like the reserve operators, but slightly worse. Like, not gonna lie, as much as I love the design more in terms of an actual outfit, it's worse than my boy Dylan's. Oh yeah, you're right, apologies, this is Tulip. I don't even remember who I said because I thought I said Tulip. But I'm going to assume I got it wrong. I probably said Vigil or something. The hat. Love the semi-Bloodborne aesthetic, but this design feels very much like a discount Gladia to me. The shorts are a bit weird. While I'm always a big fan of a thigh gap, it looks weird here. It's nothing special. Yeah, it's the official RI uniform. Just very slightly modified to show off her thigh. Which, look, hey, respect where it's due. But then she's also added a weird overcoat damage to make it more flowy. This is just pretty basic. It's discount Walmart version Gladia. It's not bad, it's not cringe, but there's a better version of this design in the game already, so can't really rank it any higher than basic. Moving on past Tulip, Vanilla. Now, Vanilla's outfit is also pretty vanilla. Like, it's a really nice vanilla, but it's just a tight pencil skirt, a solid jacket, and a decent shirt. Nothing too complex going on here. Not to the same level of nice as Texas. The nicest part is definitely the skirt. Very nice color scheme. I do love the asymmetric thigh-high stockings. Yeah, it's vanilla, but the nice vanilla. You're absolutely right. So honestly, there's not too much to say about Vanilla. She doesn't have a skin, but definitely high basic. Nothing really going on that you can justify putting above basic, except maybe a really nice miniskirt, but that's not quite enough. But like, it's a really high basic. It's a really nice basic vanilla skin. So her name absolutely works. Then coming on to the Italian man, Vigil. Now, by default, he is stylish enough that this is going to be the highest he's ever been on any tier list ever. Because he is the worst 6-star in the game, unfortunately. But as much as I'm not a big fan of this outfit and I wouldn't wear this outfit, it is a very, very stylized outfit. It's going more for flash than practicality, but like it's a perfectly tailored pinstripe suit, very well fitting, great overcoat. And no, that's not a full overcoat. It looks like a vest and then some kind of coat hanging off it with, instead of sleeves, just straps. But at the end of the day, he's a mob boss. His job is to look impressive, and it's practical enough that he can get the job done and walk around, and he definitely looks imposing, which is the intended design of this suit rather than pure practicality. So as much as I wouldn't wear this, even if I could pull it off, it still looks nice on him. Yeah, you're right, actually. That belt is a bit weird. If he tightened it, I think it would sit higher, but as it stands, it looks like he spilled water over his crotch and he just really doesn't want other people to know. But moving past that onto his E2, absolutely no changes. And his belt looks even worse because you can see both sides of it. Aside from the belt, really, again, very imposing outfit. He's the mob boss. He needs people to be able to very easily recognize him and distinguish him in a crowd. So it serves its purpose well. That being said, I don't actually think this is a very drippy outfit. Like, it's kind of weak. It's very distinct, but not popping in the way of you think it looks really amazing. Popping in the way of you will see him in the crowd. Like, it's not cringe by any means. It's not bad. But I don't think, again, like, I wouldn't want to wear this outfit, even if I could pull it off. Yeah, it's a good outfit, and it's just more heavily styled than a lot of the other basic outfits. When it comes to a skin, though, this is good streetwear. This is awesome streetwear. This is god-tier streetwear. This looks so comfortable. I am way too heat-sensitive to wear something like this, but that is a wonderful hoodie, wonderful pants, wonderful boots. Nothing too special, but very, very nice special. Yeah, he's wearing a jacket over his hoodie. And it's a long hoodie too. But even like the shoulder strap bag, very nice. Yeah, he's showing up at a restaurant, having a burger. This is a very dressed up for a burger joint, even a nice burger joint. If it was just this, he'd probably be an awesome. But when you take into account, like, this feels like a 12-year-old's idea of awesome. Which isn't far off my idea of awesome, but in the different direction. I'm not saying that to say I'm better. I think characters like Kirito are genuinely cool. So I really cannot judge people for having 12-year-old tastes. But his skin is way nicer than his default. Yeah, he's got a little handbag that seems to be strapped underneath his overjacket, but over his hoodie, from the looks of things. Or not quite a handbag. Looks like a crossbody satchel. Hard to spot, but that's small enough that, like, you can carry your wallet or a bit of money. It won't get in your way too much. That, really awesome streetwear. I would love to wear that. They can be really uncomfortable. This one's a bit small, and it looks like it's very loosely strapped. That's the only reason I think it wouldn't be uncomfortable. A proper courier crossbody satchel style bag, that's way bigger. This, again, it looks a bit more like a handbag. It's not going to be super comfortable, but it's a great way to not get creases on your pockets. And knowing how much designer brands cost, there is a decent chance this outfit costs like a small house because he's a mob boss. So gotta make sure you don't crease those pockets. But still, look, this is really, really good streetwear. If it was just this, he'd go awesome. But because of this very much drags him down. Like, it's by no means bad, it's just, if that's his day-to-day go-to when he's doing official business, I can't give him awesome because that is, it's solid, it's not awesome. And I don't blame anyone who thinks it's awesome, though. Again, I have the taste of a 12-year-old just in a different way. Going on to Vigna. Now, Vigna, actually really nice default outfit. Good sets of armored parts. Those are nice boots. If you're going to have the extra wide boot, you want it about this much, and you've got straps to tighten it, this actually works. They usually don't. It is going to be a massive pain to get that tiny bit of thigh armor on, though. I don't know why she's wearing that. The knee one, fair enough. These, bit weird, but that is going to be so much pain. Because either you have to wrap it, or you have to make sure like you don't get any false entrance. It's going to get tangled when you wash it. That being said, nice jacket. Just goes down to mid-thigh, pretty standard. The inside design is a bit weird. That draws a bit too much attention, but it does look really nice as a collar, so it makes sense. She's got a collared shirt underneath her jacket. She's got weird bits of armor. I wouldn't quite classify this as awesome, but it's definitely a good basic. The hat, I do like that she poked holes in the hat for her horns. Obviously out of necessity. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. When it gets onto her E2, again, absolutely no change, but you can see a bit more easily how ridiculous this thigh garb is. That is going to be so painful to take off. And it's also going to stab you if you bend the wrong way. Also, a bit weird of a belt. Yeah, protecting very specifically the outside of her left thigh. Same as the pauldron here. She's got the Crom from Fire Emblem style pauldron. I'm only in danger on my right shoulder. Everything else is fine. She's also... no, she's left-handed from the way she's holding the spear. It should be on the other side. Yeah, because you want the armor on the front-facing part for the most part, usually. When it gets to her skin, nothing special. Oh, I did not realize the undergarment part of that was that small. I've never looked at it this closely before. Okay, that is good to know, I suppose. That is a very, very thin strap for that. I'm not sure what's going on with her ankles. This is just kind of... It's fine. It's a swimsuit. It's to be expected. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The skirt over the tiny string micro bikini is definitely coming off. It is halfway down her hips. It needs to be a bit higher up. Or a bit longer. And higher up. The bikini itself is fine. The weird jacket is weird. She's using it as a towel while it's on her arms. She is not going to be able to stand up very easily. But she's on a raft, so whatever. I don't like that she doesn't have shoes. You should definitely take sandals to a beach. The hat's nice. Her other skin, this is a pretty solid design. Gonna be honest, as much as I much prefer it, as an outfit, it's not as good as Courier's. He definitely rocks the rocker look better, but this is still the best outfit she has. It's just overall probably averages out to basic. Like, this is the most standout, but it's not enough to make up for the weird micro bikini. It's not enough to push her up into awesome when you compare it to like Courier, Granny, Siege, Reserve Up. Yeah, definitely just kind of basic. Which, look, end of the day, it's mid-tier. That's where most should be sitting on average. So not too surprising. But yeah, no, definitely her rock skin is her coolest. Then we get to Wildmane. Now, Wildmane, very similar aesthetic to Flametail, but instead it's part of her stomach she wants to expose. She's pulling the siege of I'm going to wear full body armor and then also give you access to right below my ribs. That being said, credit where it's due. This is very good armor aside from that one part and the thighs, and even then, the thighs are mostly protected by this armored skirt. It looks silly. These are actually pretty practical. The weirdest part is this weird layer of weird chainmail between the shorts and the armored skirt. Legs, that's absolutely fine. I love the attention to detail with the straps. I don't like how she's got knives on the back of her legs. That's going to throw off your balance, and that is just going to get caught. You're going to be turning, and the blade is going to hit the edge of a doorway. Outside of that, though, like, even her headgear is more practical than Flametail's, because at least it's sitting on her head. It's very much an aesthetic headgear. That's not protecting you from anything, but plumage was pretty common. So, end of the day, it looks pretty alright. Outside of that, the tabard's nice, the armored's nice. I do love the gloves. It's not very comfortable, but very good protection. The shoulder on... you're right, it's weird, but it's only weird in the sense of it should be slightly higher. This is pretty accurate to the kind of shoulder armor you'd wear. It looks weird, because this part here is actually a lot larger than it is, and that usually protects your neck from the side. Once you're raising your arm vertically, sort of extending it more outward, then this comes up and they can't really hit you from the lower jaw, protects you from the mouth down. This other side, if that's what you're talking about instead, I agree, that is absolutely weird, and I have no idea why that's there, and it's not practical. That is probably the biggest flaw with this outfit. That's limiting your mobility a lot for no real benefit, unless that's made out of kryptonite. When it comes to her E2, though, you can see a bit better here. That other shoulder should still be higher up, but protecting. Yeah, sweet. So you're talking about... Oh, this side? Yeah, I guess if you're jousting, but you still do want the other arm free when you can. There's no reason to block it off. This side makes the armor look a bit worse because it looks like the skirt is only those front panels. But at the end of the day, if you're using a lance, it's not too important to armor the back of your feet, the back of your legs. She seems to have lost one of the knives attached to her feet. That's interesting. But again, like, this is a decent way to show off your thighs while still being armored if you really want to show off your thighs. And then, of course, there is her skin. This skin, I'm not as much of a big fan. The socks are weird, lots of dangles. It's nice color-wise, but that's mainly just the illustration rather than the actual outfit. Yeah. She lost the knife so she wouldn't cut her own tendons. Cut her own thigh open, you're right. She takes it off before she charges. Yeah, trying to think of stuff to say about this one. There's not much going on, and it's not very nice. Like, as an actual outfit. This dress would not be comfortable to wear. The undershirt is falling off. She doesn't have anything aside from the undershirt, meaning, like, look, she's busty enough that she'll generally day-to-day need support. It looks like she's in a workshop. If she is in a workshop, this is atrocious. You should not have dangling frills in a workshop, because if you're using any machinery, it's going to get caught. Yeah, the knife is still there on the other one. It's specifically this one she removed, but it was still there on the other. So she specifically removed her right leg's knife. And only that one. She kept the other one. You never know when you need to stab someone with your foot, because kicking isn't enough. But yeah, her skin drags it down. But honestly, gotta say, for a tournament competition, this armor is good enough without being impractical enough that I reckon it does deserve an awesome, because while it's not super stylistic for normal wear, for a tournament, this looks amazing. You'd get hyped seeing this person fight, you know what I mean? Like, they walk into the arena, you're like, hell yeah, they're armored enough to be practical while still being stylish. Yeah, it does look like an extended spur, you're right, but it's an extended spur with a knife attached. Those are sharp. Even if they're not, that's going to hurt. Like, it is very funny, though, that in her E2, she specifically got rid of only one. But yeah, not going to lie, like, because this is her outfit as a performance knight, I don't think her special workshop dress drags it down enough. I think it justifies this as awesome. You see this person competing, you're going to be hyped. It's a cool design, it's very well balanced color-wise. She's showing off some fan service in the form of her thighs while still actually protecting her vitals, which is incredibly rare, except for this one part of her stomach. But look, to be fair, with the way she'll have her arm positioned, that'll usually be covered anyway. So, not too much of a big deal. Even if, ideally, you don't expose your stomach while going into a lance fight. It's a great spot to get lanced. Moving on, almost at the end of the Vanguards. Starting off with Yato. Now, if this was Specialist Yato, might be a bit of a different story, but this is just literally the basic Rhodes Island outfit with nothing special. Like, it's nice, but yeah, this is just basic. There's nothing bad about this outfit, but there's nothing particularly noteworthy. It's just a standard good outfit that you see someone wearing and you're like, okay, yep. You wouldn't really blink twice. And unlike her Specialist version, where she's showing off her body, and showing off how fit she is, this one she's just walking around looking cool. I love the visor, but that's not really to do with the outfit. She wears that regardless. Then, I think last one of the Vanguards, Zima. Now, Zima, for a schoolgirl, even a university student, incredibly stylish. Obviously limited a bit by the fact that she still has to wear the school uniform, presumably. But this is really lovely color balanced, works well with the streaks in her hair. Great jacket to match the school uniform without being too overbearing. The zipper's a bit weird, but undone it works, and it's got straps to better secure it, so that's not too much of an issue. Straps lower, straps higher. This is a really fantastic outfit. It's practical, it's good for warmth. You can take off the jacket if it gets too warm. It would look weird without the jacket, though, so it's definitely a good addition. Yeah, very short skirt for a school uniform. Yep, you're absolutely right. And yeah, this is a very heavy jacket. You'd probably want to put it on properly rather than hanging it around. But I have seen people wear jackets at a similar length and have it around their elbows. You can feasibly hold it in place there. And look, she's limited by the school uniform, but she's pulling enough. She looks very great despite the school uniform. And yep, E2, absolutely no change. You get to see the stockings a bit better. You get to see the shoes a bit better. But it's still just a very, very good outfit, especially because it's a school uniform, meaning you're already limited in what you can do with it. Then it gets to her other skins, and she starts showing her fashion sense more. She's definitely not god tier Salish level, but this is really nice. Oh, why bother? Yeah, I do agree. Wearing that short of a skirt with a heavy jacket is just weird. Doesn't necessarily make the most sense. And at that stage, you just want a slightly longer skirt. But hey, at the end of the day, you can still cover yourself up, and it's sort of similar to... Yeah, it's weird, but it doesn't ruin it. For all we know, that tiny skirt could be their school uniform. I'm pretty sure the other Ursus characters wear something relatively similar, and it does look longer in the E2, so it looks a little less egregious. But yeah, her other outfits, still nothing too, like, god-tier special, but this is just really, really good. Love the color scheme. Even love the jacket. I do love the way it hangs slightly loose and then is tucked in with the belt between the two parts. That's actually really cool, having one button undone and tucking it into the skirt while also having it over the skirt. And yep, absolutely lovely coat. She's wearing it loose, but if she can keep it on, it doesn't look like it'll stay on, but if she can, absolutely fine. And if not, you can just put it on and it'll still look lovely. Then her streetwear, absolutely fantastic. Weird shorts. Not a big fan of those type of shorts, but it's still just fantastic streetwear. Like, pretty basic, but very, very nice basic. Gotta say, Zima's relatively easy awesome. Like, I'd actually say borderline S. Like, it's pretty basic, but it's really, really, really nice basic. Like, even her E2 with a school uniform. Yeah, you're right, it does look like streetwear for a 13-year-old girl, but she does pull it off with the hair and the eyes. If her hair and her eyes didn't quite match her outfit as much, it'd look really weird, but I have met people who wear similar IRL, not very often, but I have met a few. Generally when I walk past skate parks, which is the aesthetic they're going for. But end of the day, it does tie in nicely enough to the rest of her outfit that it works. Yeah, I reckon she's probably bottom S or top of A, but just to make it nicer, I'm going to put a bottom S. And that is it for the Vanguard, so we are roughly halfway done, which means I will likely have to speed up, because it's been 2 hours. Not because I'm under a time constraint, but... Oh, right, I should actually take a quick sip of water. 1 second. There we go. Now, moving straight on to Angelina. Now, Angelina's art style, I don't think is doing any favors to her outfit, but it's a pretty solid outfit. There's a reason people draw lots of fan art of Angelina's default outfit. It's a nice jacket. That bag would be a pain in the ass to carry around. You would absolutely want that going cross-shoulder. You would not want that same shoulder. That is 100% falling off as soon as you load it up. But her first jacket is nice. Her under jacket is nice. It's a solid t-shirt. And similar to Siege, very nice shorts and showing off all of her thighs. The shoe's a bit weird. I don't know why she's wearing platform. Socks nice. 12-hour stream. I would have to be like... If I did a 12-hour stream, my day would have been work until 5 p.m., stream until 5 a.m., go to the gym, and then get back in time to start working again. Oh yeah, you're right, that's absolutely a good point. She could be using her gravity arts to balance her bag, which is just assertion of dominance. But either way, while the art style doesn't show it off properly, very, very nice outfit. Like, not super in your face about it. This is, again, streetwear, but even, like, the gloves. Those are very nice borderline gardener's gloves. You lose a bit of motion, but you keep your hands safe. And for a courier, constantly carrying packages, this is sort of what you want. And gotta love all the memes of her using this as a witch's broomstick and flying on it. Her E2, absolutely no change. Slightly better stylized. She's still wearing the jacket loose. You can see it better, but absolutely the same. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, the art style makes this outfit look a bit weird, but in the mini manga and a lot of fan art, she looks phenomenal. It's a wonderful outfit. It's just, it doesn't really show off how good the outfit is because the art style's shading style. The art as a whole looks fantastic. It just doesn't really show off the outfit very well. Then, of course, we have the How Many Belts Yes skin, which, look, from an aesthetic point of view, this is a fantastic outfit. This is something you would see at a club, a very specific type of club, but you'd still see it at a club. For day-to-day wear, most people would not be caught dead outside in this, and it would be a pain in the ass to put on and take off because how these belts interact, especially this one here. But end of the day, it looks fantastic on her. It works very well with the aesthetic of the boots. It works very well with the color scheme of the jacket and the gauntlets. This is not practical, but it doesn't need to be practical. This is a case of, hey, I don't care about practicality, I just want to really look good, and she pulls it off. Her other skin, this is just kind of a basic, if nice, swimsuit. Like, say what you will though, those are actually really nice beach shoes. The nicest beach shoes we've had so far, except for the fact that the bottom seems to be serrated. That is sharp. That is going to be digging in constantly. But hey, look, at least you have excellent grip. I do love how all of her clothing is apparently skin-tight enough to show off her belly button. But yeah, Angelina, easy S tier. Not absolute top of the top S tier, but very easy S tier. Those are all fantastic outfits. And she looks wonderful in all of them. And the courier one, her default one, very practical. Again, I do like that couriers actually look like people who would travel. They want to look nice, but they also want to be able to get from A to B without breaking their entire body. Moving on to deep color. Deep color, really love the dress. Very fancy dress. It's always weird to see this and this combined, especially because she then wears a heavy, if weird, jacket and a heavy scarf. But look, end of the day, it's the same reason she's showing off her thighs. Some people like to show off those parts themselves. I love the way the dress matches with the boots. I love the way the dress matches with the headgear and the scarf. I don't love the way the dress matches with the jacket, especially the sort of turquoise aquamarine in the background, which then also matches with her handbag. That color clashes a bit. Still a very lovely outfit, but does take away from it a bit. I think it's better. Yeah, in her E2, the color, that's a lot more balanced. It looks like the same dress, just in a different color. Completely different jacket, though, and I think that color scheme works much better. W but C, man. Yep. That is a good way to put it. But yeah, no, I absolutely prefer her E2, even though she loses the dope hat. And I think she has a skin, yep. And her skin, also phenomenal. But yeah, her E2, it's a very similar style, but the jacket's lighter and the color scheme matches better. And it makes a massive difference. And I do love that she's got her tentacle carrying her handbag. That's a nice touch. Yeah, purple works much better, especially because of her eye color. It lets it highlight the bottom of her hair and her eye. And it works really well with the scarf, because with this one, with her E0, it takes away from the scarf. It's distracting you down here. It's distracting you down here. It's much too bright of a color, especially because of how highlighted her skirt already was. But here it's complementary rather than a standout. Then when it gets... This is... I want to say winter wear, but too much of her skin is exposed. So it's a very strange outfit. I don't know what context you'd wear this in, but it does look very, very nice. The practicality is very low. This would be a pain to get on. Like, you're covering your face with an Uchiha-style neck guard, but also you have a strap running very tightly between your boobs. You've got fishnet and fishnet here, so she's wearing a fishnet corset underneath or something. But look, end of the day, this is not a practical outfit in any sense. I don't know when you would wear this, but it looks nice enough that it doesn't matter. It looks really nice on her. So I'm going to give deep color an awesome. Not nearly to the same level as S tier, especially because their E0 outfit is weird, but they're still really, really nice outfits that look very good on her. Oh, the high-heeled tentacle sneakers? Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. She's grabbing her heel with her tentacle. The ideal design I'm looking for in every op. For me, honestly, I personally don't like Salich's design as much as it's god tier, but someone like Cantabile, that's absolutely perfect for me. I love Cantabile's design. It's incredibly well tailored, it's incredibly high quality, and it's not too overbearing. For male design, Elysium is probably the best, or Phantom E0. He's not on this list though. But Phantom E0's jacket combination is excellent. He's got a massive stance concealing jacket and then an incredibly tight, perfectly tailored suit. But yeah, I reckon Cantabile, Phantom, or Elysium. That's my ideal. Though I still do love a lot of these designs, like W and Lapland and Fartooth, who are some of my favorite characters. And yep, that was it for Deep Color. Earth Spirit. This is nicer than the default Rhodes Island, but not by much. This is basically just a jacket. I do love that even then she's still like, you know what, I really got to show a bit of thigh. As a thigh appreciator, I understand and appreciate what they are doing. But it's still pretty basic. Yeah, no, that's absolutely a good point. Like, part of the problem I have with Angelina's base art is the clothes don't necessarily work well with the art style. But it looks fantastic, and like it's an amazing outfit that matches Angelina really well, especially the color scheme. It's just with the art style it doesn't pop as much, which is why it looks fantastic in fan art and other mediums, but not so much her original. But that's also why I like W, because W's default outfit complements her art style really, really well. But yeah, Earth Spirit, this is pretty basic. There's nothing wrong. So far there's been like nothing wrong with these outfits at all. There were a lot more scuffed specialists than there were supporters of Vanguards. It looks nicer with the jacket undone because you can actually see the rest of the outfit. So it's actually a nicer outfit than I first gave it credit for. And look, at the end of the day, a nice jacket is still a nice jacket. But it's still pretty basic. Like, it's interesting basic, it's good basic, but it's not going to get an A tier compared to the kind of thing everyone else is wearing. This is a case of, it's an anime game, it's Arknights, everyone's dressed to a certain standard for the most part. And yeah, she pulls it off really well, but there's nothing to really write home about. It's a basic jacket, standard shirt, interesting skirt, but that's about it. Her skin... Oh, yeah, right, I had forgotten about her skin because I don't think it's out in EN yet. Her skin, on the other hand, that is some drip. I'm actually going to raise her up to awesome just because she was already pretty high basic. Based on her outfit, she wears it very well, but you are absolutely right. I'd forgotten about the skin. That is an excellent skin. Oh, it's brand new on CN? That explains why I forgot about it. Yeah, now that is a really lovely jacket. I love I don't even know the name for that type of sweater with the then undershirt. It's excellent. I love the way it goes into the shorts. This style of short they use a lot, but they pull it off badly. This is the first example I've seen of it looking really cool. The leggings, perfect for the outfit. The shoes, a little bit weird. It should lace a little bit higher. Not much, but just like 1 or 2 more laces. But yeah, like this easily lifts her to A tier. This is a phenomenal outfit. Thank you for reminding me. I would have seen it anyway. But absolutely justified. Like, this is stylish as hell. You see someone walking... This is just academia vibes. You see this, you're like, okay, professor, when's class? But in a very complimentary way. Yeah, absolutely. The outfit colors work so well with the art style and the background and the crisp, clean lines. Past that, Glaucus. Now, from a visual design perspective in terms of appreciation of the illustration, Glaucus looks awesome. That being said, as an outfit, this is a really heavy, lopsided jacket that seems to like have a tablet that she's holding against it. There's nowhere to strap her giant oversized gun. It looks like a winter outfit the way she's got like almost a beanie, not quite a beanie, that ties into her outfit with some kind of... I'm not sure if that's hair. I think it's hair stylized to be a flower. Lots of pouches that, given she doesn't have any way to put down her gun, serve no purpose. Oh, it does look... Yeah, no. And even despite the fact that this is being partially held up, it is slightly lopsided. The boots, again, they need to be tighter. This one, at least. The other one looks tight. I don't know what this weird armor is meant to be. It's not even touching her. It looks like some sort of weird exoskeleton. So, as it stands, Glaucus' default, like, I love it from a design perspective. It looks a little better in her E2, but it's just basic. Like, you can't... It works for Glaucus, it wouldn't really work for anyone else, because it's a case of good enough for Glaucus, not fantastic for Glaucus. Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought it was something about an exoskeleton, because I remember Glaucus was, like, crippled or something. I just didn't remember the specifics. That's a lot more forgivable then. And yeah, exoskeleton does at least offset the massive heavy gun. Oh, that's what the belts are for. Okay, then yeah, that's a lot more forgivable. That said, like, I still wouldn't call this an awesome outfit, but it's good to know that the weird bits taking away are out of necessity. That makes it quite a cool lore reason and makes me like the design more. Even if, as an outfit, this is still a case of little bit weak. Her skin, I don't like it quite as much, but it's still cool. Like, this is hey, I want to cosplay the Ghostbusters, but also I want to show off my stomach, which, fair enough. But at the end of the day, it's a bit weird to have such massive boots. Again, it makes sense with her exoskeleton if she can't walk without it, but it looks like each of her legs is the size of her entire torso. Because of how massive these pants are, and especially how skimpy the top is. I do like the hood. I like the weird headgear she's got going on here. But yep, no. As it stands, that's got to just be a basic. Very surprised there's been only one cringe so far. There were quite a few specialists who actually didn't have super amazing outfits. Yeah, you're right. The skin is less like, oh, Glaucus got this outfit for the sake of dressing well, and more like, oh, this is an outfit that looks alright, and it was made for Glaucus to wear for a costume event. It doesn't really feel like something she would own in her wardrobe, especially when you compare it to this sort of semi-tactical vibe she goes for by default. Now, when it comes to drip, does anything even need to be said about how amazing Gnosis's drip is? The feather semi-coat, the dope jacket. I could not pull this off IRL, but it's a cool enough outfit that I would absolutely try if I owned it. I love that it's got the turtleneck style. It's definitely carried a bit by the art style because it's a relatively basic outfit. But this is an example of lots of frilly parts that wouldn't actually get in your way, because it's still not changing the center of balance and they're only short frills. Yet, Gnosis the Drip King. I love that he's got knee protection and protection on one thigh. I love that he's got something dangling right in front of his crotch. But outside of that, even like his cane is perfectly stylized to his book, which is perfectly stylized to his little feather skirt. I don't know how better to describe it. I agree, I don't personally like the hairstyle either, but it does like fit with the vibes. So as much as I think his barber did him dirty, it still works. And then you get to his E2, and it is an entirely different, just as stylish outfit. This man looked dapper as hell, like, oh boy. It's hard to go wrong with a suit, but it's also hard to go right with a suit and make it look incredibly stylish and make it look like you own the room. This guy owns the room in either of his outfits. He walks in, every motherfucker in that room is looking at him going, damn, where did you get that? That looks fantastic. It's a different, amazing coat. There's not too much to be said about the white suit, but it is a perfect white suit. He could not have a better white suit. The shoes work perfectly. It is the perfect length. It's sitting wonderfully. Yep, the hat absolutely makes it better because it takes away from his disastrous hairstyle that he does pull off, like credit where it's due. He looks good despite the hairstyle. Thoughts on Flint's? Do you mean the operator, or? Oh yeah, invert black and white, always cool. Flint, I will probably eventually do a guard tier list. They'll just be guards, because especially if it took me 2 hours to do the Vanguards, that'll be a bloody 12-hour stream by itself. I do actually really like Flint's design. It's a strong sort of tomboyish street drip. It would probably be about an A tier. I'll have to wait till I do the guard stream and look at it really a bit carefully, but generally I do like Flint's drip. And yet, then it comes to Gnosis' skin, and he has another third insanely gorgeous outfit. His haircut is so much nicer here. The parted bangs work so much better with the glasses. Yeah, guards might take an entire day. I'll have to start Saturday so that I can get to work on Monday morning. Same as snipers, actually. But yeah, like, there's not even too much to be said about Gnosis, because he just looks amazing. Like, this man is easy SSS tier. He was one of the ones I saw, and I was like, I need something higher than S, because he owns the category. Like, any of these outfits, he owns the room the second he steps in. Like, if this guy gives you fashion advice, you just take it. Like, you don't question it. You don't think about it. He knows enough about what he's doing. That if he tells you to wear something, he tells you, oh, try this, try that, you would just trust him. And you'd live like that for the rest of your life until he told you something different. And then we have another absolute drip king. Hades' default outfit. Like, oh boy. This is high class you'd see at an opera house, while also somehow being much too slutty to wear at an opera house. This isn't slutty by Arknight standards, just compared to opera wear. Yeah, pulled Gnosis for the drip. I can't talk because I did the exact same thing. I still have him E1, I haven't even leveled him yet, but he looks so amazing that every time I see him I smile a little. Oh, reminds you of Yuri on Ice? I can actually see that. I had to watch that anime because my sisters got into it. But yeah, no, he absolutely does give off those same vibes. And yeah, Hades, another case of not too much to say, because she is so visibly and incredibly stylish. Like, the belts are a little bit weird, the zipper's a little bit weird, but the outfit as a whole is just phenomenal. Even the hat, especially the hat even, and the sort of draping looks almost like hair but is not, but is actually a weird stylish jacket. Number one reason to use Hades, look at her. Slightly different outfit, or just, yeah, slightly different styled outfit. The zipper's gone, but basically the same color scheme, the same look. Looks like a different illustration, and it's missing some of the details. Some of the details have changed, but it's not meaningfully different. And then her skin. Excellent top-tier skin. Again, this isn't as good as her default outfit, but this is still S tier by itself. So there's not really too much to say about Hades. She is an easy SS tier. Not to Gnosis level. I honestly reckon Gnosis is the unironic top of this list, even though I personally prefer Cantabile. Like, it is very hard to beat Gnosis' sheer level of drip, because he has 3 different outfits, and he looks phenomenal in all of them. Each individually would be enough for him to be top of S tier. Istina, yep, it definitely looks like that super short skirt, I was right, is definitely part of their school uniform. Thanks, Japan. Her jacket, nowhere near as nice as Zima's, and it's not bad, but it really makes you appreciate just how stylish Zima is. Like, Zima took this same outfit with a slightly different color scheme and absolutely rocked it. Istina can't quite say the same. Pretty basic, not too much to say because it's so similar to Zima's. It's just a worse version of Zima's. Looks a little nicer here. She added a bit more color contrast by having red to match the blue instead of just plain white, which is nice. Belt's a little impractical. Again, if I'd ranked Istina first, I might have had more to say, but this is literally just a worse version of Zima's outfit. And her skin, this is a lot nicer. This skin, if it was just by itself, would probably be A tier. But with the context of also her default, it's probably just going to be basic. Because it's like, this is a pretty low A tier. It's nice, but it's not... You look nice wearing like this, but it's mainly like the hairstyle and how she holds herself, and it's a prim and proper outfit. It's not something like super, super duper eye-catching. So yeah, I'm not going to overthink it too much. I will say though, her outfit, probably low A if it was just the skin. And does she have a second? No, sweet. Now, moving on to overpowered blue woman number 1. Now, from a design perspective and a character perspective, I really love Ling's outfit. From an actual outfit perspective, the shorts are nice, and that is the only nice thing I have to say about it. Look at how many segments her coat has, and all of them are dragging on the ground. You're going to need to wash this thing every time you step outside. The way it hugs right under her chest while aesthetically pleasing would be super uncomfortable. I do like that kind of bra, but again, that's... The fact that her jacket is effectively her support is not ideal. The tassel, that's nice. The collar is not attached to anything, though. Like, she literally just has a collar there. It's not attached to a shirt. The hair ornaments, she has a lot of them. They're fine. The arm ornaments, they're fine. But, like, this isn't going to be a don't leave the house because it looks bad. This is going to be a don't leave the house because this is a really expensive, nice outfit, and every single step you take outside, you're collecting bugs and dust. It looks a little bit nicer in her E2 because it's not actively dragging on the ground, but it also shows you these aren't firmly attached. So this is the result of her taking 10 steps outside. Her outfit is now broken. The shirt does look nicer, though. Yeah, she probably does have god powers to keep it clean, but the fact that your outfit only works if you're a literal deity means you should get a better outfit. Because like with Angelina, Angelina's outfit looks fire, so that if she uses her bag to help with the frills, if she uses her powers to help with the bag and frills, that elevates the outfit, but the outfit already looked good. Ling, this is a really great looking outfit, but like practicality-wise, this is not... The shorts are really nice, but everything else is going to be super inconvenient. Unless you're constantly using your god powers, in which case, at least, like, her other outfits are so much better. Like, this outfit is wonderful. This is modified kimono style, but this is really nice, and it's... Again, it's slightly dragging on the ground, but nowhere near as badly as last time. And only some of the panels rather than literally all of them. But, like, this is a lot better. If it was just her E0, E2, she would absolutely be D tier, because you literally should not go outside, you'll just break your outfit. But, like, she looks good in all of her outfits, and with her skins it starts really coming in. Like, yeah, this... Nothing too special to say. It's a pretty awesome outfit, but, like, there's not a lot going on. Or there is a lot going on, but nothing, like, too notable. It's just, like, pretty standard ornaments, pretty standard highlights, but a really, really nice standard. And then her other skin, I actually really love this art, especially around her face. I love the way they've done the highlighting, but that has nothing to do with the outfit. The jacket is really nice. The under jacket is a little bit less nice. And it's weird that she still has a tie covering her cleavage when she wears a tube top. The boots are a little bit weird because they've got this weird frill on the back. The pants, not as detailed as usual, but basically the same pants as usual. Honestly, I'm probably going to give Ling an A, because all of these do look really nice on her, but it's more like... This is absolutely her nicest outfit in terms of actual outfit. The rest of them look nice because Ling looks really nice. Not because the outfit looks super nice. But this looks fantastic, and then Ling also elevates it, so I'm going to give Ling an A. Moving on to the next contender. Magellan. Summoner back into another summoner. Now, obviously, Magellan's outfit is not built for fashion. I think that goes without saying. It's got nice trims, nice colors to highlight it, but this is very much a practical first outfit. This is going to be incredibly heavy, incredibly inconvenient. It's massively limiting your mobility. There are massive knives on the feet. If she weren't in the Arctic, don't leave the house wearing this because you're going to fall face first. And the mask is a bit weird. It looks like a rebreather, but it would barely cover her face. From what I remember, yep. Her outfit underneath the bulk is pretty nice, and it looks like she's got at least a little bit of drip. But again, just the massive bulky outfit, you would not be able to make it 10 steps past your front door. But no, absolutely, E2 it gets better. Ranking the other outfit, it's more a case of, it's pretty simple and Magellan's just very pretty. But when you take this into account, like, man, this is awful fashion-wise. It makes perfect sense functionality-wise, but it is not fashionable. But no, she does pull it off. This is a bit more of a functionality suit that also looks really good. Definitely start salvaging it. Again, the rebreather, I get they're going for a penguin's nose, but it wouldn't cover her mouth and her nose, so it's non-functional as a rebreather. And unlike the other ones, this one doesn't seem to have anything attached, so it's literally non-functional as a rebreather. It doesn't have any kind of filter, so this is entirely just for aesthetic at this point. That being said, pretty nice. That's not going to stay on her arm. That is going to fall off once she stops holding up the food. But much, much nicer than at E0. I do like that she's dressed in relatively heavy winter wear, and then they're like, hey, let's show a bit of her stomach, because she has no undershirt. So all in all, if it was just her E0, E1, I would have given her Don't Leave the House. As it stands, I reckon it averages out to basic. Just because, yeah, she looks nice, except when she doesn't, and when she doesn't, she looks terrible. Not from a design perspective, but in terms of, if you ever saw someone walking down the street like this, you'd think they escaped from the psych ward. Now, triple back-to-back Summoner supporters. Maya, this is a very simple outfit, but this is a really, really nice simple outfit. It is a simple turtleneck dress with a nice orange and white jacket, leggings, and boots. I'm not a big fan of the shoes, the way they once again are a bit too large, but at least these tie properly. This is a really, really nice outfit. This is awesome. When you get to her E2, exact same, literally no change. Just a different angle. This, again, unlike I'm still not a big fan of this line of skins, but unlike Glaucus, this looks like an outfit Maya herself put together, rather than something that was made for her. These are rain boots, at least, so I can ignore the fact that they are sizes too big. Very lovely undershirt. Pretty solid jacket. Love the color scheme. It's clear. This isn't something you'd wear day to day. This is an event. She's dressing up for the event. But overall, Maya's got pretty awesome style. Like, it's nothing too complex, but it's a very nice, not too complex. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong tier. She should be in A, not B. Definitely, definitely overall nicer than Magellan, because Magellan's E0 is just that bad. Next up is 9-Color Deer. Now, part of it's definitely I'm not as big of a fan of this aesthetic, but I just... It's nice and all, but it looks more expensive than nice. It looks nice because it's expensive rather than because it's nice. Yeah, no worries. Oh, staying up for Orchard, then you're out? Okay, I'll try to speedrun for Orchard for you. 9-Color Deer, not too much to talk about. This is, by our standards, if you saw someone wearing this, you'd be like, that's awesome, but for Arknight standards, this is just basic. It's lovely fabric and it looks nice because of that, but like it's nothing too fancy. Definitely just going to pop her in basic. It's a very, very nice basic, though. yeah, she's up next now. I have insomnia, so I can relate to staying up till 3 AM, but as a result, I also want you to sleep. Oh, she has a skin. Yeah, that doesn't change my opinion. It's a nice enough skin, but it's a bit weird. Like, again, if you saw someone dressed like this in our world, you'd be like, yeah, they're pretty stylish, but it's not to the same level as any of these characters where you would go, wow, they're really, really stylish. This is a case of, oh, it looks expensive and it looks really nice material rather than it looks like a really super personalized outfit. It's more like a really, really nice outfit that was bought for her rather than something she chose out herself. And then coming up to the fashionista. Now, in terms of practicality, there are obviously problems with Orchard's outfit, but it's not about practicality. Orchard is the most clear-cut case of, I don't care if it's impractical, it makes me look really, really good. And it does. And lore-wise, it makes perfect sense for Orchard to be an absolute drip king like she is. The bag is a little bit weird, but outside of that, this is an excellent semi-corset, semi-skirt, excellent underskirt, wonderful top there. As much as that would be a bit uncomfortable and a bit weird, this is very clearly, distinctly chosen by her for a style. Same as the double ribbon, double scarf, and the hat is lovely. Even the umbrella is styled to match. Like, this is a really, really fantastic outfit. And then her skin is, again, incredible. I've never seen a suit tailored quite this much to show off someone's body quite this much. But there is a reason Orchard is a literal fashionista and fashion designer. She knows what she's doing. I wouldn't quite put her SSS tier, but she is a very strong S. Like, she is incredibly stylish. It's just a bit too highbrow style for me to really understand or comment on. But you see someone like that, you know they work at least fashion industry adjacent. And it looks really, really fantastic on her in both of her outfits. I especially love the use of the color schemes. Not as big of a fan of this weird pinstripe red, but again, it's a fashion choice. It's just something I don't understand. Moving on past that, Podenko is cute, but it's pretty basic. It's very similar to the default Rhodes Island outfit, so it's not really something special to her. Or it is different, but it's just a very plain jacket. Like, there's nothing really to write home about. It's just cute. Likewise with her E2, absolutely no change. I love her E2 art. And then with her skin, her skin is appealing to a certain crowd that I'm not a part of. But again, it's a very basic sleepwear, and I believe she only has one. Yep. So Potenko, nice and easy. Basic. Moving on to Pramanix. Now, one big issue I have with the Kjerag operators is they love exposing skin despite living in a snowy mountain. However, all of them are really attractive and stylish. Including Silverheart, by the way. So it absolutely makes up for it. Now, these are weird belts, but it looks good on her. It perfectly fits with the skirt, the double-slitted skirt. The thigh highs are an excellent highlight without being too distracting and drawing attention to the thighs, which is a bit weird for a sane test to do. But there's a reason the horny bell Pramanix memes have been around forever. The boots imply it is a cold environment, which it is. It's a shame the rest of the outfit doesn't. But this is a really lovely skirt, full body dress rather. I do like how the cloak accentuates it, but it's weird as a piece of clothing. And then obviously a really lovely scarf, really lovely headband accessory, and of course the ding ding horny bell. You can see some of the details more clearly in her E2, but it is just different. I don't like the lighting as much. I don't think it works as well in this art style, but it's the exact same outfit. Then you get to her skins, absolutely gorgeous. All this one looks like actual winter wear. Okay, rare Kjerag W, actually dressed appropriately for the weather. Even then, she's still showing off ankles just because. But this is phenomenal. Like, I love the blue overshirt, the black jacket on top, and then the sweeping gold and black jacket. Even the boots, phenomenal. Same boots as last time, except actually in a winter outfit. So Pramanix, I gotta be honest, as much as I'm not a big fan of this style of dress, these outfits easy S tier. I wouldn't quite put her flooding. She might reach flooding because she's very, very pretty, but her outfits by themselves, very, very good. Not god tier. They wouldn't work on everyone, but they work on her, and that's what matters. Moving on, Proviso. Aside from the pencil skirt, this outfit's kind of weird. Like, part of it's definitely the color scheme. If you have green hair, why would you wear a yellow-orange? Tucking in such a... It's a loose, translucent shirt, and she's tucked it into her chest-high pencil skirt. It's weird. The jacket is being worn loosely, but she still has belts. Like, because she's got a second under jacket. This one's just... It's not a winner. This is a case of she looks nice despite the outfit more than because of the outfit. Likewise, her E2, it's kind of highlights the color clash a bit because it has more green, but no different to the outfit. This is a bit nicer of an outfit, but because it's like, this outfit by itself would be basic, but these are a bit cringe, so I'm going to pop her in cringe. Because when you think about just how, like, she's definitely way, way better than Fang, but I would say she's worse than everyone in B tier. So... there might as well be an extra tier for Fang, between Fang and Scavenger. But she's meaningfully worse than all of the other basics because her outfit's clashing a bit with her natural hair color. Then we have Quercus. Now, this is not a style many people can pull off. That tabard would be, the jacket wrapped around her waist, incredibly uncomfortable. The skin-tight leotard with loose pants combo with weird bra, not quite belt. But it looks really good on her. She pulls it off. It's weird that she's got giant gloves, but again, it matches the outfit. She's got a few strange accessories, but nothing that gets too in the way outside of this loop near her pants. The jacket, again, in the way a bit, but you can remove the jacket. And it makes sense that she's had to tie it weirdly because she has a tail. E2 looks a bit nicer, but just because the pose works a bit better. But yeah, like it's a really lovely color scheme that matches her super well. Most people would not be caught dead in this. But look, again, she's an anime character. She's attractive enough to pull it off. In her skin, again, fantastic. Weird that she has a scarf while also showing cleavage. I always find that weird whenever I see it. But pretty solid A. Like, nothing too much to write home about, but definitely stylish. Definitely looks good. Oh, yeah, and then she has another skin that hasn't come out yet. That's right. Not too much to talk about outfit-wise. Design-wise, very pretty. But it's the skin-tight leotard with a very, very flowy dress. This would be awkward to walk around in, but like with Salich's bride's skin, yeah, Bard, that works too. This is very much a performance outfit, more like theatrical than something you'd wear day to day, and it looks nice. Moving on, Roberta. This is pretty standard sign stuff. This isn't as... Honestly, it's not even that much different from the standard Rhodes Island getup, except for this weird color palette. But hey, look, say what you will. Her weapon has a strap, so she can let it go. That is very useful, practicality-wise, but everything else is impractical. This pocket is you're going to be dropping things constantly. Like, case in point, she is dropping things. Again, even in this, like, her coat is falling off. It has way too many ingredients. Her skin looks nice. Nice enough. That looks like they should have, that looks like something that you wouldn't expect to see in this kind of game. It's not that, but it does. They should change that. Or they should have changed it. But this is just like a basic skin. It looks nice enough. This one's a lot nicer. I really do like this. This is the first proper, like, good outfit she's had. This is her dressing up with a mirror to style something. Because of her easy... I would have given her basic if it weren't for this, but this takes this outfit down to don't leave the house as well, like with this. You don't want to leave the house with this because you will drop everything you're carrying constantly. And you don't want to leave the house with this because this looks like something that should be kept in private. This looks fantastic. If it were just this, she'd be awesome. But because of the others all being, hey, you legitimately should not go outside looking like this. Gonna have to put her down with D. Like with Scavenger, it's not because she looks bad, it's because there are just certain aspects where you should not step outside looking like that. Oh, thank you for letting me know I was muted. Sorry about that. All I was saying is that, Scene's outfit, pretty practical. But the only thing really noteworthy is the highlight colors and the asymmetric stockings. The jacket is oversized, genuinely oversized, rather than tactically oversized for the flare. Oh, can you hear anything now? Am I still muted? Oh, sweet. Okay, yep, sorry. I was on mute. Thank you for telling me about that before I went through a rant about many, many characters. But yeah, like, all of Scene's stuff, it makes it look pretty. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's nothing particularly noteworthy about them outside of interesting color scheme and the asymmetric stockings. So, I've got to be honest, it's just a pretty basic. Like, it's nice, but all of them are nice basic. There's nothing to write home about. It's just nice. Sweet. Thank you for confirming that. Apparently it's very easy to accidentally mute yourself. That is good to know. Okay, now when it comes to Shamare, Shamare will be very, very quick to rate. Because, yes, her outfit generally looks nice, but if you scroll down a little bit, there are things that are see-through that should not be see-through. Especially that Shamare is not of age. So even though she looks nicer in her E2 art, and she looks fantastic in her skin, really, really fantastic, this skin is borderline... Actually, yeah, this skin is easy S tier for me. Because of the E0, she should not be going outside. Until she gets a different jacket. I'm pretty sure that would be considered criminal in a lot of places. But putting aside her E0, her E2's nice, and her skin is fantastic. I love the look of her skin. It's just, you really shouldn't have that stuff on display in most places. Doesn't make for good fashion. Moving on to someone who very recently came out, Silence. Now, not gonna lie, I think Silence Medic version has a lot more drip. This outfit is a bit over-designed. It's lots of weird flaps all over the place. It looks fantastic as an illustration, but you imagine actually walking about this, it's constantly going to be flowing, it's constantly going to be catching on things. Not as bad as a lot of the specialists, because they all had belt overload, but even just the base dress of this, while it's nice, it's also... It would be a bit uncomfortable to wear. The shorts she's wearing look nice. E2 art, yeah, you can see it a bit better. Nice shorts. The dress, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. It's just mainly the arm flaps definitely sit weird. Does she have a skin yet? No. But honestly, like, Silence Medic definitely has drip. But what we've seen so far of Silence Supporter, definitely more on the basic side of things. Just because it's nothing too much to write home about. Yeah, she looks nice, but they all look nice. I do actually quite like it. I reckon it's pretty high basic, pretty high B tier. Now, moving on, Skadi. This is a phenomenal dress. This is not a practical dress. Nothing about Skadi is practical, to be fair. Her hat is pretty ridiculous. We all know it. It's got a weighted, heavy headpiece attached to it. She's carrying a giant quote-unquote saxophone case that is definitely not a sheath for her sword. Her stomach is inexplicably exposed. So as much as I really like this as a design, as a character, especially Skadi's cute face and the red and silver, as an outfit, like, you wouldn't want to wear this. Her E2, like, it looks nice because you don't see the weird stomach hole. But it's still dragging across the ground. These are going to get tangled. Her skin is a little bit better because there's less things that'll get tangled, but it's got lots of weird flowing parts that don't necessarily do anything. So yeah, I've got to be honest. Skadi, Guard Skadi has drip. Supporter Skadi, it's a little bit cringe as an outfit. It is heads and shoulders above them. Above Proviso and Fang, but you wouldn't wear those outside, even if you could pull them off. Skadi looks good despite her outfits, not because of her outfits. She looks good because she's cute. Coming up next, Stainless and Supporter Boys Eating Good. This is really stylish. This brace here on his arm is weird. The other one looks fantastic, but the overall design, tight shirt, tight jacket. This is the sort of stuff Chiav imagines he's wearing. Very good pants. I love the holsters. This is a pain. You don't want this there. Even if it's strapped to your leg, like, put it more around the side, definitely. But, like, he's got drip. He looks good. The jacket tied around his waist, everything. This is a well-dressed man. Shows it off more in his E2. This makes you appreciate the outfit because he looks more attractive with the outfit on than off, despite being very muscular. So he does have drip. It's just he removes it for his E2. And then his skin, yeah, like, that's a really, really nice swimsuit. Not nearly Elysium level, like, not SSS tier, but this is a guy who's stylish. He knows how to put it together. So I'm going to give him an S tier. Again, the fact that he looks less attractive, effectively shirtless, really tells you how nice his outfit is. Okay. Moving on now to Sora. Now, Sora as an idol is by default a lot better than basic. She has very, very nice costumes. They're not like God tier, S tier, but they're very cute. This is a nice dress. I love the little semi-hood it's got. This is an example of oversized sleeves being done well. It's one piece. She's presumably wearing shorts under there. She's got the thigh highs. These are some of the nicest boots I've seen on any Arknights character. These actually make sense as shoes. When you get to her E2, it's the same, but her ears have changed for lore reasons. Her skin, it's a very, very nice, very stylish swimsuit. Nothing god tier, nothing too much to write home about, but she has just generally very good A, S tier. And then this comes along, and it's definitely an S tier. This is, again, a really lovely opera get-out. This is you're dressing to the nines to go somewhere really nice, and she pulls it off. The rest is just sort of standard, really good. This is just fantastic. So I reckon Sora, easy S tier. Because the worst thing she's ever worn is an A. Like with Stainless. Sora looks less attractive when she's wearing less clothes, because her clothes are just that phenomenal. Moving on, we have Suzerain. I don't want to spend too much time on Suzerain. She's wearing the default Rhodes Island outfit. Oh, the transparent thingy on her leg here. I do quite like it. It would be very inconvenient, but it adds a little bit of texture. And again, it adds flare near the bottom of the feet. So it makes it more visually interesting towards her shoes. Which is important. And also, it lets her have asymmetry on the dress. This wouldn't look as nice without the thigh slit. And it would probably look nicer without this translucent bit. But the translucent bit isn't bad. And yeah, Suzerain, aside from the tactical overload, this is pretty similar to the Rhodes Island standard. I don't like how much skin... I don't like how tight it is, given her age. But outside of that, I also don't like how she's got ripped leggings and weirdly exposed shoes. As an outfit, the skirt is really nice. The jacket's alright. The rest of it's a bit weird. You can see it a bit better with her E2. Again, salvaged by the skirt, but like you've got a lot of pouches in inconvenient spots. You've got a skin-tight shirt on despite being 12. And the shoes are a bit strange. I do like the design of her skin. But again, like... it's a bit better that she's wearing trousers instead of a skirt. It's just generally not a good look to have like a 12-year-old in really tattered, exposing clothing. Design-wise, though, this is definitely more drip than the previous one. They both look really nice. This is definitely more drippy, though. But it's just a case of, again, none of these outfits really look like they're fashionable or stylish. They just are good enough. They're pretty basic. Like with this is a good example. This is a very cute, functional outfit, but, like, it sort of stops there. You're not going to give it too much thought. And then Suzerain, rare case of a third skin. This is probably her nicest. This skin would be A tier, but I reckon the rest are B. So I reckon overall it's a B. Yeah, she's definitely... Yeah, she fits in with a lot of the folks in B. Just really nice, nothing really wrong with it, aside from... she doesn't have the Shamare problem of literally having her underwear exposed. So, hey, say what you will. Then we have Tsukinogi. Now, Tsukinogi is already well accustomed to being at the absolute bottom of the tier list, and that's not going to change here. This outfit is weird. This jacket... It's like a full-length dress that's slightly too long. This is definitely hitting the ground. It's got this weird, tiny, translucent strap. Massive slips so that her entire leg is exposed. The shoes are weird. Why do you have chain aesthetic on your shoes? The jacket's falling off. She doesn't appear to be wearing a bra, and she definitely should be. She has a belt underneath her breasts. This is just... It looks nicer here. But it still looks really weird. It's got weird straps. Okay, it looks like this part is at least part of that. So it's at least attached to her body. It looks like this is a separate skirt rather than part of the jacket like it looks like here. But all in all, this is just raising questions. This, just standard, unironic IRL French maid outfit. Nothing fancy about this. It's a very nice one. But this is just the French maid aesthetic. This looks a little bit nicer, but this looks more like something you'd expect if, for whatever reason, one of your friends like pranked you by hiring a stripper. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, it's just this is a really... It gives off that kind of vibe. Not necessarily, like, this is her nicest outfit, but it's also not something a lot of people would be comfortable wearing or having someone around who's wearing, regardless of their body shape or how attractive they are or how much you know them. It's a bit weird to see someone walking around in something this tight on every single curve. So, gotta be honest, it's a little bit cringe. Like, it's not quite to Don't Leave the House levels. So this is probably the highest Tsukinogi's ever been on a tier list. She's made it to the second lowest tier. Then, last off, before we get to the 4 DLC operators, Winflit. Once again, male design proving surprisingly solid. This is a nice tight top, practical apron, keeping him safe. I'm not sure what he's holding there. The gloves are nice. I do like that little detail there. I like that this is tied onto his belt so that he has his identity tag. The pants are a little weird. Lots of belts. These would be a pain to take on and off. The shoes are nice, though. Yeah, he looks better without the apron because you can... He's using... Oh, yeah, no, these are just... The pants look better. But all in all, like, this is a solid A tier. He knows his strengths, and he plays to it. It's not, like, super amazing fashion, but it's not basic. He's clearly put some thought into this outfit. Even though it's a relatively basic outfit, it's a case of sort of tactically basic, if that makes sense. Okay, now moving on to the final 4. The super special DLC operators. This one, the last Vanguard on the list, is actually coming out in like 10 hours. So if I had made this tomorrow, I would have had to do things slightly different. I think her name is Pondrico or Ponrico. I apologize, I should have written that down. All in all, slightly nicer than the default Rhodes Island outfit, but this is pretty basic. The jacket is one of the most extreme examples of you're wearing it wrong I've ever seen. It is hanging way too loosely to the point where it is actively falling off. Like, this is not touching her arms above the elbow. And it's going to fall off if her giant warhammer wasn't there. I like the thigh highs, of course, because it shows off the thighs. Nice shoes, more practical than usual. I love the color scheme, but that's more an art style thing. The hat is... I usually like funny hats. This hat's a bit stupid. So honestly, this is like... This is just pretty basic. It looks nice because the illustration looks nice rather than because the outfit looks nice. But by Arknight standards, this is definitely... Yeah, it looks nice, but there's nothing to write home about. It just looks functionally nice. No major issues, though. Then moving on to You Official, the upcoming 1-star. Definitely the most fashionable 1-star on being account of the only one who wears clothes, also known as Eureka. If my friend pranked me by hiring an anime protest stripper. Yeah, that's fair enough. To be fair, I have unironically had someone say, hey, do you want to come over? My parents aren't home. And it took me 3 days to realize they were asking me for something of that variety. I unironically had an anime density moment. I wouldn't have been interested anyway, but I genuinely didn't even notice. But yeah, You Official? Looks good. I'd give this an awesome. It's just a really nice standard outfit. This is comfy, this is practical. Yeah. No, it's worse than that. I actually drove them home. It's not just a case of me going, damn, inviting me to your house at 11 a.m? Consider it, but I can drive home and sleep. No. I drove them home. And on the drive home, they were telling me that stuff repeatedly, which really confused me at the time. It was in retrospect, it was very, very clear they were asking me to spend the night with them. But I wouldn't have been interested anyway, but I did unironically not realize for 3 days when they started saying mean things to me by text, which honestly, given the circumstance, was fair, because it wasn't like I turned them down, because I didn't notice they were flirting with me. Yeah, it didn't get through. It unironically bounced off. They used flirt, and they accidentally targeted the brick wall next to me instead of me. Through no fault of theirs, but because I look like the brick wall. But yeah, gotta say, You Official, definitely awesome. Like, it's just really simple stuff, but it's really comfy, simple stuff that works really well with a color scheme. The message was direct. Yeah, the flirting was direct sent by DMs to me a year ago, and I just got it by fax machine. Now, coming up, I forget this character's name. It was something really weird. They're pretty new on CN. What was her name? I have no shot of remembering. Either way, it's nice. This is a very nice outfit. I was thinking about it. It looked a bit basic at first, but no, this is, again, very, very lovely skirt. Once again, I do find it very funny. The more of these I go through, the more I realize that pretty much every female character is showing her thighs, which I am all about. The facial region, the gem is a bit weird, but the rest of the embellishments are really nice. The flower over the ears. It matches really well with her staff. Honestly, this is kind of drippy. Like, this is a really good outfit. Yeah, with her E2 as well. It's practical, it's not getting in your way, and it looks really nice. So I gotta be honest. No, not quite S tier. Not as good as the other S tiers. So, just a high A. And then, last one of the list. Virtuoso. Now, I do like Virtuoso as a design, and the outfit is also really nice. This is goth GF of your dreams who's not like fully goth, but would also stab you in your sleep. Very lovely skirt, very detailed skirt. Again, another case of lots of details without being super impractical. The impractical part is her hair. Whoever styled her hair should be fired because they did a terrible job cutting it. They made it a nice smooth circle where parts of her hair are more than a full meter in length difference. Other than her bangs. But the actual outfit itself, pretty nice. Ah, yes, Valar Kvin, thank you. That was indeed the character's name for the previous one. I knew it had a QV in there, but I wasn't even going to guess because it could have been at any part. Virtuoso, yeah. Virtuoso looks really good, but it's more her than the outfit. And more the art style than the outfit. So gotta be honest, I think Virtuoso is an A. Like Valar Quinn. And yeah, I think the Vanguard's name was Ponricus, or something very, very similar. Okay, so that is all of the Vanguards and supporters. Looking through this now quickly, thinking, is there anyone... Yeah, Black Knight, she could be very, very high A. Otherwise, I reckon she's bottom of flooding. The rest of them, absolutely incredible style in the SSS tier. Texas, a little bit less so than the others, but still incredibly, incredibly stylish. All of the normal S tier. Inez maybe less so for her outfit, more just because she's really, really, really hot and her outfit shows it off. But they all have very, very clear fashion sense. They all look really great in everything they wear. Flametail, probably the bottom of S tier, but still makes it in because her skin is fantastic. And again, it works for a performance. Having that kind of impracticality, it makes it a bit more hype while still being protected enough. Awesome tier. Yep, absolutely fair on all of these, especially standard Rhodes Island uniform. I don't know what it is. He pulls it off better than like any of the operators. They tried to make the default IS characters not look that amazing, so people wouldn't want to pull them, but in terms of actual outfits, like, I would wear that. My first choice would be anything recommended to me by Gnosis, who is the undisputable drip king of this list. Despite all of them being amazing, Gnosis is absolutely right up there. Anything he told me to wear, I'd wear without question. If I had to pick one myself, because I don't know too much, I would go something like this, just absolute top tier streetwear. All of them look really great. All of them have put clear thought into their outfits here. B tier, these guys look nice. These guys and gals, all of them look nice, but no real major problems, no real major anything to write home about. Tulip maybe could be an A, but it's just a case of she's directly worse than Gladia. Silence, if this was Silence Medic, should probably be higher. But Silence Supporter's default outfit, not nearly as nice. Fang, absolute bottom of C tier. The other three are all much nicer than Fang. Fang would probably be the only unironic D tier. Oh, no, it's not that bad, though. It's just, like, it's very, very plain. The others, it's just a case of, like, some kind of issue. Proviso has the weird color clash. Skadi has a belly button and only her belly button showing. And then also parts dragging on the floor. And Sukanogi looks like you're being pranked by a stripper. But still, this is, again, the highest she's ever been on a tier list, so this is a moment for celebration. And all of these three, Shamare, if it was just her skin, would be awesome or S tier. But because it includes her E0, she should not leave the house ever. Roberta, she's dropping everything. Yeah, Scavenger, she needs to fix her outfit. And no one in the Therm X tier, because the only 1-star was you official, who is in fact wearing clothing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Skadi's outfit does look amazing because it's Skadi, but it looks good because it's Skadi, not because the outfit. Skadi, like, it worked, the color scheme works with her, but the actual outfit itself, it's a case of Skadi is really good looking, and she can make anything work, but the outfit itself does have a lot of problems. Like, Guard Skadi, easy S tier. Not quite flooding, but she looks fantastic and all of her outfits are good. That being said, though, yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of these. There are some where, like, some of the A tiers are significantly different from each other, but not quite enough to be S or B. But, yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's a pretty good aggregate of how they are styled. Again, Shamare, I love your outfit, but man, you make me so uncomfortable with your E0. Alrighty, thank you all for swinging by and watching. This took a lot longer than I expected it to, given how quick the specialists went, but this was very fun. So I hope people enjoyed. Hope you all have a good day, and hope you all sleep. I know at least one of you should definitely already be in bed by now, because at least one of you happens to be American. That being said, that is going to do it for this stream. I will probably at some stage... Honestly, I'll probably stream tomorrow or the day after to try and speedrun the entire event, including pools. But I'll definitely do this for some of the other characters. It's really fun going through and looking at their thighs and also their clothing. I will catch you all next time, and hope you all have a good day.